Welcome back to Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog. Whoa. We a little light for the moment, as you can see, but we all we got, we all we need. What's up, Swaggy? How you doing?
All right, man.
Mr. B.
What up? Chilling.
Recovered from the crash out last evening on our playback watch party.
What happened?
Yeah, I'm ready to crash out some more.
Okay, you got some more crash outs in store.
Those
need to be made.
There's a lot of
crashing out going on.
A lot of crash out.
Ron Adam Silver's National Basketball Association, but this is Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog. Whoop, whoop. Gil will be with us shortly, and so will Kenyon. But right now, like I said, we all we got, we all we need. On this side of the couch, we got NBA champion of the world, Swaggy Pete, Nick Young, back in the building. Swaggy, how you feeling? You good? I know Thursday was a little situational.
Yeah.
Nothing special in the arena, though.
What you about to do, man?
We had to give you a mandatory one-show suspension, conduct detrimental to the show.
Man. Kick me off the show and shit.
Had to kick you out.
Kick me off.
But you back now. We didn't find you, though. And on this side of the couch, represent Tough Crowd University, we got Mr. B, Brandon Jennings. Back here with us. We got a lot to discuss, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of craziness around the world of basketball. Before all the fans out there, we still have 2 viewing options for you, our traditional version, mobile vertical version. Pick whichever way you want to watch. Just make sure you support the show. Here's what's cracking in the arena today. The Mavs stunned the basketball world by hitting the jackpot in the 2025 draft lottery. Should Dallas keep the #1 pick or do something slick? There's a lot of stars out there that might be on the move. That #1 pick might be extremely valuable in this Cooper Flag sweepstakes. The Knicks took a 3-1 lead over the Celtics with a gutsy Game 4 win. But what does Tatum's injury mean for Boston's present and future? Still waiting to hear what the latest news is. But, we were watching that game live on playback. Did not look good. We want to send prayers out to Jayson Tatum. Yeah. Never want to see any player, especially a star of his magnitude, go down in a situation like that in the playoffs. Ant-Man and Julius Randle gave the Dubs a San Francisco treat to help the Wolves take a 3-1 lead. Are the Warriors cooked? They said Steph could be back by Game 6, but yeah, they might not be playing basketball at that point. But before we get into all that, if you want to get your bread right, go ahead and download the Underdog app. Use promo code GIL. Get up to $1,000 in bonus cash, plus a special pick'em. And we just got to announce that Gil's pick'em yesterday hit. So shout out to Gil doing his thing. What was it? Derek White, I think, hired 13.5 points. Had that in the first quarter. Tatum hired 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Got that done. Bridges hired, I think, 13.5. He did his thing. Jalen Brunson hired 5.5 assists. Yep. He did his thing. Yep. Everybody who took Gil's partner pack, you made some bread if you roll with it. And as a reminder, if you do not have the Underdog app, go ahead and download it. Use promo code GIL. Get up to $1,000 in bonus cash plus a special pick'em. And if you can't watch the show live with us on YouTube, we have audio versions available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. So we got to talk about the draft lottery before we talk about playoff basketball. NBA draft lottery took place before the playoff action last night, and the results were unexpected, to say the least. Or were they? I'm sure some people might have expected there might have been some wheeling and dealing going on behind the scenes, as history has proven. Here were the odds entering the NBA draft lottery. So the Hornets, Jazz, and Wizards all shared a 14% chance at the top pick. If you combine that, that's about 42% total that one of those 3 teams should have and could have got the top pick, having the worst 3 records in the league last season. Pelicans and Sixers rounded out the top 5 best odds prior to the lottery. But as we know, the basketball gods sometimes have other plans, whether natural or unnatural. So entering the final commercial break of the draft lottery, Hornets, Sixers, Spurs, and Mavs were the final 4 teams remaining with the chance at the top pick, presumably leaving them with the chance to win the Cooper Flag sweepstakes, as he is projected to be the #1 overall pick in this year's draft. So after a tumultuous season, the ping pong balls bounced in the Mavs' favors as they ended up hitting the draft lottery jackpot by landing the top overall pick. Here was the reaction from the Mavs front office as they found out the results.
The second pick will be made by the
All right, Nico.
They won the trade.
Nico knew. See Nico getting daps and hugs.
Right now.
Nah, they won that trade.
Instead of me mugs and shoulder shrugs, he got daps and hugs. So,
They ain't got Coop yet.
You don't hear nobody about Luka in Dallas no more.
They gonna make her forget about Luka after that. They was looking mighty happy.
Man.
Instead of me mugs and shoulder shrugs, he was getting daps and hugs.
Yeah.
He was getting daps and hugs. Chairs getting knocked over.
Nico, we love you.
Nico knew. So here's how everything else ended up shaking out at the end of the lottery. So let's take a look. Mavs number 1. Spurs got the 2nd and the 14th pick.
Damn. Spurs.
So the Mavs jumped 10 spots to land that number 1 pick. Highest jump in the history of the lottery. Dallas entered the lottery with a 1.8% chance to land the top pick, the 4th lowest percentage ever to get the number 1 pick. Spurs nabbed the 2nd overall pick, giving them picks 2, 4, and 1 in the last 3 drafts. They also have the 14th pick, as you can see there. And the Sixers had a wildly disappointing season, but end up with a top 3 pick to show for it at least. Not all bad.
Oh, man, it's a good draft. Yeah.
Makes you say, I think the odds of these 3 ended up with 1, 2, and 3 was something like 0.1%.
Right.
You know.
So it is
0.01%. Some real.
Some fishy.
Well, hey, sometimes the ping pong balls bounce that way. We didn't get to see it, but we got to take the people who did's word for it.
Yeah.
But
And
saw that the Mavs reaction.
What you talking?
5th.
Oh, okay.
Pocket full of lint.
But they're supposed to be number 1.
I know.
We had talked before. There seemed like there's some synergy. Cooper Flag going to Utah seemed like it'd be an ideal destination for that demographic. But will the number 1 pick satisfy Mavs fans enough to lay off Nico Harrison for now?
Yeah, I think so. Hey, man, they traded in a foreign for American. You know, they got their American white person they want. You didn't see all them Budweiser commercials? And Cooper, not Luka.
Cooper, not Luka.
It's Cooper, not Luka.
They went from Luka to Cooper.
For sure. I like it.
I mean, it gives Dallas leverage, so you can see what's out there too with the number. I mean, you don't have to go with Cooper Flag. You know, there's other things out there that's in the free agency. So you could just leverage that number 1 pick and see what's out there, and then if nothing, then stay with it.
So naturally, there was some suspicion among all the Twitter sleuth detectives out there. We've seen this happen before. I think Pelicans traded CP3. Clippers ended up getting the number 1 pick. Also got the number 1 pick when they traded AD away.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of
Look,
bro, they had a 1% chance, so I guess tanking.
Do you want teams tanking? Is that the message right there, too?
No, I think teams shouldn't tank.
They shouldn't. That's what I'm saying.
We're gonna talk about it in a second, but when you tank, you get spanked by the NBA. So do you guys think that this was legitimate? Obviously, a lot of people are talking about it. We have no reason to question the validity of the draft, but it seems a little convenient. Dallas Mavs, 1 year removed from making the NBA Finals, had a tough this year, losing Kyrie, AD being injured after the Luka trade. A game away from making the playoffs, ended up, playing with fire a little bit, getting that 11th spot. I believe they won a coin toss with the Bulls. Second time the Bulls have gotten got by the Mavs with the coin toss. The Mavs got the first pick. Last time it was for Luka. This time it might be for Cooper.
This for sure rigged.
You think so?
Yeah.
You can't say that, man.
I think so. I mean, I'm just saying from the outside looking in, it just looked like it's all right. Y'all gave away one of y'all best players. All right, we're gonna give y'all something back. Ticket prices is going up.
For sure.
All type of
Ain't
stuff.
no more
so it's
funerals outside.
Somebody coming to somebody big time is coming to Dallas.
So as our producers like you to know, a 1.8% chance for the Mavs to land that a number 1 pick. Said that is worse than drawing 1 card at random from a deck of cards. So if I get you a deck of cards, said Mr. B, pull out the 2 of diamonds.
Right.
And you just said, whoop, here you go. I don't know.
Damn.
So come on now.
Oh, man, some people win the lotto,
Well,
you never know. And rigged or not, I think it's a good look for the NBA. I think the energy you get a good energy in Dallas, and I think you needed that just for the NBA in general. It's a dark cloud. You hear Nico getting killed everywhere, death threats.
Had a security team, posted up front of the crib, couldn't really move around the Dallas area.
Yeah, I mean, and then also, you see the Spurs got the number 2 pick. They can play around with that one too with leverage. They already got Wemby over there, Stephon Castle. Darren Fox. So D Fox. So I mean,
that's the first time I think I heard you say De'Aaron Fox's name correctly on the show.
So with those 2 picks, I'm just saying there's a lot of big-time free agencies that's going to be out there that you can kind of leverage just to see what it is. So,
Nico,
So that brings me my next
just
question.
don't trade Nico. Please don't do
Keep
nothing
Nico-
stupid.
Nico took a lot of heat, seemed to get rewarded. Had to do a humiliation sacrifice. Trade Luka away, was getting packed up rather routinely, getting booed at medieval times, amongst other locations. You booing Nico at medieval times. Ain't got nothing to do with basketball.
medieval
But
time.
should the Mavs keep this pick or look to package it along with other assets for a proven star player? This brings a question. We've had a lot of discussion about Cooper Flagg. How ready is he to come to the league and contribute right away? But now do you dangle this number one pick with some of the other assets you have on this roster? There's been names that have been thrown around, the KDs, the Giannis's, other star players around the league that may be on the move.
I'm dangling that pick.
You are?
Yeah.
For what? For who?
The ticket prices is going up, so that means somebody.
For him right now. You don't
The
think
ticket price is going up for Cooper Flagg
Yeah.
in Dallas?
Yes.
Raised ticket prices after they traded Luka. They knew something.
No.
I'm not
If,
ready.
if I'm Dallas, if I'm Dallas, because Kyrie's probably going to come back. You got
got
AD,
a team.
you got Clay, so you can get another, bro. You can get maybe two. You can get something crazy, man, for that number one pick.
Like what? You can't say KD. Don't say KD.
Why not?
It's KD for 2 years. You either get Luka Cooper. See, it's the same kind of So
Cooper and Luka is.
yeah, you get Cooper for what? 15 years. You get KD for 3.
You get Devin Booker.
So you got Kyrie, who has a player option, and in the summer, we've talked about it. We think that he'll probably end up taking that, just given his injury status, or if he does opt out, maybe getting a little bit more of a long-term deal from the Mavs. But seem to be under the impression he's staying in Dallas. Obviously, you have AD under contract through at least 2027. He has a player option that summer. You got Clay under contract through next season. He's got a player option summer 2026. PJ Washington, Gafford,
Nah, I gotta keep it. I think this is.
What if you can get Giannis?
You got an American star right now. Could be a superstar, a white American star in Texas. What could be better?
Would you trade?
Better?
Would you trade the pick to Boston
For who?
Who? For Brown?
for there's Porzingis over there? I mean, what we know for Boston right now at this point, I'm just saying.
What do we know about Boston at this point,
I
Mr. B?
know.
They're still playing basketball.
It's a lot of assets over there. We know.
I'm
so-
keeping.
We don't know that for sure.
Yeah, I'm keeping.
Yeah. We don't know that for sure, but
saying.
I'm keeping Cooper in Texas.
so you staying with Cooper Flagg if you're the
I'm
Mavs?
just thinking like the commercials they could get from Cooper.
Yeah.
Budweiser, all the American
Just
things
Budweiser,
you got.
mayonnaise, you could get all.
Mayonnaise, mustard, whatever.
Mustard.
It'd be Cooper and mustard bottle. I'm just thinking about all. We've been waiting for this. It's too.
So from Cooper Flagg's standpoint, though, having to come into this Mavs franchise, if they do end up picking him number one overall, hold on to that pick, having to replace a guy like Luka, feels like it's going to be a lot of additional added pressure in there, more than what a traditional number one pick would necessarily get onto a franchise.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But I'd rather be in Dallas than Utah, if anything. I know he probably told the NBA he's gonna stay if Utah get the number one pick. So.
I'm not.
I mean, he would be playing alongside with two other number one picks, Kyrie and AD. So, he'll be playing with vets, playing with, Klay Thompson, NBA champion. So, I mean, at least he would be around vets and guys who's
And he
won.
can get the shots too. Cause there's nobody there. Kyrie gonna be hurt. You got AD and who was Clay. So
Yeah.
it's a chance for him to go through the the ups and downs and shoot the ball how he want. He ain't going to no Boston Celtics team like Jayson Tatum did. That was a tough team to be on right there.
Well, so let's keep moving. Spurs are nearing a window of potential championship contention with the Wemby emerging as an all-star this season. Obviously, looking to bounce back from a blood clot that prematurely ended this season. Stephon Castle winning Rookie of the Year this year as well. They got a nice, good young core, good nucleus. So what should the Spurs do with the number 2 pick? There's also been talk, again, about some of these same names being on the move. Spurs have a lot of assets, have a lot of cap space.
Yeah.
Think they can get going.
I mean, if you're going to put it like that with Coop, then yeah, that would be a good look for Dallas. But for the Spurs, I mean, you know, the room, you know,
Yeah.
with the free agencies, with you know, with KD out there, you know, Giannis out there, you know, put one of those guys next to Wemby with Stephon Castle and some of those other young
De'Aaron
guys.
Fox, that nice crew over there.
Fox, I mean, you know,
Man.
now if I'm them, I'm definitely going
Yeah.
out here trying to see what's up.
Trying to see, have
sure.
a lot of draft capital. Got the 2 and the 14.
For sure.
Oh, they got 2 and 14.
Oh,
definitely
yeah. You could get some good with them. Yeah.
at 14.
Tell me something good.
You could fuck around, get a Giannis if you. With
You got a lot of good young talent in the draft too, as well.
It's some good talent. That's what I'm saying.
Bailey
And
Harper, you know, some other guys besides Cooper
I
Flag.
would pick
Seems to
Harper.
be a loaded draft class.
I would pick Harper in that if I was the Spurs.
I guess it just relies on the point. Do you want to build this young core now that may need a year or two to really start doing it, or you make that De'Aaron Fox move? Seems you're trying to speed up that timeline, get that window open a little bit quicker. Do you now want to bring in a proven star, some high-level vets to come through and help bolster that roster, surround around Wemby?
Definitely a vet.
If you could get the vet you want. If you can't, I'll keep the picks for sure. If you ain't getting like no household name, somebody that's gonna really come in and put y'all over the edge to get that championship, I'll stick with the draft. You know, I'll probably try to move my 14th pick for like a White or something. You know.
So I guess how old is too old for a vet to trade for in this spot? I mean, you guys talk about KD, he's up there in age. You know, we'll venture on to say he's got about 2 to 3 to potentially 4 quality years left, but he is on the older side. So you making that move, it seems like a win now move versus.
I mean, that's 27 a night, man. So, I don't care what y'all talking about. That's 27 a night, it's top 75, and he definitely gonna get 27, 28 a night. So, I mean, that's one thing he can't do.
But you giving up the second pick for it?
I'm giving up the second pick for somebody that can come in and that's a proven scorer and that can help elevate. So I don't know who
on that team
I mean,
would
I
be
don't know
nice,
who that.
though.
Huh?
It would help him being on that team for sure.
I mean, playing with Wemby is. I mean, come on.
For sure. And
For
Fox.
him and Young.
And we've talked about the Spurs window, but you know, they made some improvements this year. Before Wemby going down, they were looking like they could have potentially been in playoff range. They need to make the playoffs next season if Wemby's healthy and the rest of that crew is healthy.
Yes. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mitch
For
Johnson
sure.
taking over, getting the interim tag removed now,
Yeah, they got
replacing
the
Pop.
talent.
When Wemby went down, what spot was they in? They was like in the 6th spot, right?
They were, I think, like top 8, top 9.
Top 8, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I think with a healthy Wemby, D Fox, yeah,
man.
they'll be fine.
And right now, you see like the changes of the times, like a bunch of young teams just going further in the playoffs now. So
The airs are
like,
changing.
they right there. You have a Wemby and Giannis or Wemby and KD. I don't see how you not down there in the finals.
So let's shift over to the Sixers. Philly would have lost their pick had it been outside the top 6. Instead, they end up with a 3rd overall pick after injuries derailed their season. Should Philly fans continue to trust the process after landing the top 3 pick? Drafted Jerry McCain last year. He was playing well before he got hurt.
What's this process going on? Where Gil and Kenyon at?
That's a great question, Swaggy.
That's the process.
I think Gil knew that you and Kenyon were going to be back on the show today. So he said he wanted to wait a little bit to just make sure everything was all good. You know, he got the doc out.
I did bring the strap.
He didn't want to go back to his old way.
I know what niggas on. Dude.
But no, if I'm Philly, I'm definitely not trusting the process anymore.
That process is dead.
Yeah, it's over with.
I forgot he played on Philly.
Who?
The process.
Joel Embiid. So does this move make Philly more or less likely to consider moving Embiid this summer?
I think more.
Getting top 3 pick?
Yeah, top 3 pick. And it's a loaded draft. It's going to be some teams that bite for Embiid, you know.
I mean, he can't play, what? He can only play, what, 30, 40 games?
He played 39, if I'm not
He
mistaken.
can't play
games last
back-to-backs?
season.
I don't know. I don't know what Philly gonna do. The
what
first
they-
2 picks is what I'm.
Embiid, 19 games this season,
That's it?
24 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Only played 19, obviously. Dealing with the knee injury.
Good luck.
But you got Maxey McCain, you got a good young core.
Oh, I forgot he had Maxey. Okay. PG.
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 if he can
PG
stay
is
healthy.
still over there, huh?
Yeah, PG.
Seems like a lot of teams. This might be one of the most craziest offseasons I think we've seen in a while. Luka got it started to get Black History Month going. You got Jimmy Butler going over to the Warriors, but now it's going to seem like it's going to continue into the summer.
Yeah.
Players unhappy, dealing with different situations. Teams not performing as well as they may have hoped.
Yeah. We say it every year, though, every summer. I mean, but this is the best time of basketball towards the end.
What up?
Ladies and gentlemen, the distinguished gentleman from Oak Cliff, former number 1 pick Kenyon Martin, has returned to the arena.
What up, folks?
What up?
Hey, we appreciate you pulling up.
Man, listen, you know how it go. You playing shit out, then they take it out of your control. I was supposed to land at 10 o'clock, bro. Wasn't supposed to be late.
So we had a,
Not
situation
next.
Thursday, but as we had to tell viewers over the course of the last couple of days, not a big deal here. We're all family, we're all brothers. Y'all are good. Y'all been teammates before, so nothing new for y'all.
Oh, yeah, we.
Yeah.
Oh, but whoever put the shit out, you did your job. Whoever clipped it and clipped it again and put it out, because that's all I heard when I was in fucking New York. Like,
Are you out?
yeah, I was in New York, man, but yeah, that's all I heard.
Man, that was good.
Yeah, that's all I heard,
ass.
bro.
What
Like,
else
that's, like dead ass. Hey, people want me to crash out. Like, that's what we not gonna do. Right? Right? What we not gonna do, people. Like,
It's all love here at Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
So, okay, we're talking about the draft lottery. Reset with you.
that thing.
So, what do you think about the Mavs landing the number 1 overall pick in the draft? I think they had 1.8%
You
chance.
took your shades off so they don't think we was in this bitch boxing, bro. We both got on shades.
Let's see your eye, man.
let's
Man,
please.
no Aaron
No,
Gordon-
we
no Aaron
good.
Gordon situation.
I just noticed that in the moment, like, oh, them niggas full of shit.
Puffy eye.
No, you can put your glass. But wow, I was in New York for the Nets had a watch party.
Okay.
So with me, myself, Derek Coleman, Kenny Anderson, Buck Williams, we all was there, and they got the 8th pick. That was a little surprising and shocking for the people in the building, but wow. When they were still on the board at 3, I was like, ain't no way, right? I like, this not finna happen. Well, guess what?
They did it.
Yeah, they definitely pulled that rabbit at that hat.
They did it.
Very lucky, it seems, especially with everything that went down. Extremely lucky. 1.8% chance.
1.8, bro.
We said Horner, Jazz, and Wizards had a combined 42% chance of.
Yeah, like I knew that it never goes their way.
Yeah.
If you got the worst record, it never goes your way. So you might as well go out and play basketball and win. Or try to win at least.
Yeah.
That's what Dallas did. They wasn't just tanking all the way. They tried.
And we talked about that. They're 1 game away from
Yeah,
making the
so-
playoffs. I think
so-
Gil was very adamant that they were being extremely stupid by even trying to be in contention.
Well, some would say that the basketball gods rewarded them.
Yeah.
Right? If you ask some people, they would say the basketball gods paid homage to a team that went out there and still tried to compete. Just came up short because your main guy got hurt. I'm saying if Kyrie was there, they probably
Be a different.
They in there.
Yeah.
So the basketball guys rewarded them.
Yeah. And obviously, we talked about this Mavs squad 1 year removed from making the NBA Finals. Seems like they would have had a much higher position in the West if Kyrie stays healthy, if AD stays healthy after that Luka trade.
Absolutely.
So this is not a bad team by any stretch of the imagination.
It just got
You have
better.
terrible teams, like we talked about, that were probably deserving of getting talent at the highest level that needed
Is
it.
that number 1 pick?
So what do you do? Do
maybe I'm
AD
picking-
stay the forward man, or do AD go to the center and Cooper Flag go to the floor? Like you said,
Whatever they needed to be, I think.
can Cooper Flag be the 3? Can he play the 3? Or?
You got PJ Washington still,
That's-
so yeah. You have a big ass lineup like Orlando.
Damn.
That's all that is. But when Kyrie come back, you know what I'm saying, you got that. But yeah, I'm picking him because it's a Tim Duncan situation,
For sure.
right? You got a
for
good
sure.
team already. You get the number 1 pick and you add him, and you're not that far off. So
For sure.
I look at it as that.
It feels very similar. Obviously, Spurs had that nasty year, double injuries. get number 1 pick. You pair up David Robinson, Tim Duncan.
Yeah, they went right after. Did the Spurs have a 1.8 chance too?
I think they had a higher. They were nasty that season.
Oh yeah, they got that bad at the end. Yeah, they got bad halfway through.
Oh, so this season? No, I think it's Spurs. Much
I'm talking about
this season. I thought you were talking about back in the day when they got Duncan.
Yeah, so B said if he the Spurs, he get off the 2nd pick.
Yeah, we talked about it. Also, if you're the Mavs,
If it's some.
Yeah,
Your guy?
Yeah.
Hey, for your guy? Absolutely. Man, him. And who else don't want to be here? Yeah, absolutely for Giannis.
for sure.
Can you just give up the 2nd and 14th pick for Giannis?
2nd, 14, you probably got to throw in.
You got to throw in somebody.
Something.
Oh, no, he got enough young pieces to move that needle, to move any needle with those picks.
Probably got to throw in a Castle. You got to throw in.
You probably have to throw Rookie of the Year.
Castle stand. Castle
What you going to throw?
For Giannis?
Fox is.
I can give you Giannis. You're going to have to come up off something that's going.
Yeah, they got it's going to be Fox or Castle. You ain't going to be able to keep both. You ain't gonna be able to keep. It's gonna be both picks, Castle or Fox, and one of them other wings. But we just hypothetical.
Yeah, right. No, for sure.
But I just take the 2 and 14.
No.
It'll be 2, 14. But the Spurs have a ton of draft picks down the road as well, so it's gonna take about 4 or 5 of them.
They got cap
and some current players as well. I mean, De'Aaron Fox may be a name that could sweeten that pot, but Stephon Castle, if I'm the Bucks, maybe I want to go younger, get a guy who I know I can develop, be there for a while. But we were also talking about Sixers landing number 3 pick. So question for you, is Philly a sexy free agent destination right now, or is it a shit show and nobody wants to go? That's why we're asking you, Kenyon. That's why it's a question mark on the end of it.
Who wants to go there?
The process.
Well, shit, that thing still, that circle's still loading.
Buffering.
That thing's still buffering. Listen, hey, it's still loading. So if I'm free agent, nah.
Okay.
Well, what
Not the Philly, hell no.
For what? What they ain't? What is they? You don't know what the future holds, man.
At all.
And Joel can't play
like duels.
That's a tricky situation.
Yeah.
That shit tricky, bro. All that money spent and nothing to show for it but a 3rd pick. I'm saying? Like, nobody that you're going to get is going to go move the needle for them.
Yeah.
Because he ain't going to get no shots. You got McCain coming back, right? Don't forget you got him.
Yep.
He was in running for Rookie of the Year before he got injured. They just shut him down.
TikTok star.
Got Maxey still ball dominant. PG's going to try to prove that he's still who he is. And then if Joel is somewhat healthy, you know what that is. Shit. So and then you got the other vets, they go exercise their option to come back. Eric Gordon, they gonna exercise their option. Drummond, Gilbert, Oubre. They definitely opting in.
Yeah.
So whether a rookie don't fit nowhere near in that equation, nor does another free agent fit in that equation.
Damn.
Unless you trade.
You expected the Sixers to stay as is or try to make some moves and would be a
yes, it would have to. It would be an accumulation of stuff and people moving, and it would have to be. Right? It would be some blockbuster shit going on if they were to get off the 3rd pick and some players and shit like that. That's what I believe.
And what about Embiid specifically? You think Embiid?
I would try if I'm
Sixers to move Embiid.
I would.
Okay. The process.
I would.
Process, cheese.
Like I would. At this point, there's nothing to show for every up. It's just nothing to go on.
I can't keep trusting the process or trying to
see
what happens.
He can't even play back-to-backs.
Yeah, like
that was last year. I don't know if it'll change because all this time off. Hopefully it helped, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what he needed, right? He needed time off. He needed to go get whatever fixed, do the rehab, and treat it. Not trying to go play in the Olympics, right? We all agree that was a horrible mistake.
Yeah.
Where the hell is Gil?
Gil, like I said, Gil wanted to make sure, before you got here, Gil wanted to make sure that the situation was cooled down.
They was scared.
Gil, a man of peace and tranquility now, did not want to go back to his old ways. We didn't need another Untold. Okay. We didn't need two untold shooting guards streaming on Netflix right now for those who haven't watched it yet. But let's talk about the other side.
Hold on, he'll ride or die, ain't he? You ever seen guns in the locker room? Nah. I'm like, this just
A real one. You're a real one, Swaggy.
I don't think.
I already walked off. I wouldn't even.
Ray Charles.
Man, I would have man, are you serious? You gonna put me on the spot like that?
Some dumb shit like that.
But
So like we talked about, Mavs hit the jackpot. A couple other teams just got jacked. So none of the teams with the top 3 chances at the number 1 pick ended up inside the top 3 in the draft lottery this season. So in 2019, the league flattened out the lottery odds in an attempt to prevent teams from tanking. KD weighed in on this topic last night with the following tweet. He said, tanking must be really stressful on an organization. So Hornets, Jazz, and Wizards fans might have a different answer, but does it still pay to tank in today's NBA?
it never has. No. It never has to go out and lose on purpose, not to put a good product on the floor. When has it panned out? I'll wait on the answer for anybody. Let me know when that has panned out for y'all. Okay, they got Wemby in San Antonio, but they ain't did nothing yet. They had to go out and make a trade, get Fox and other things, but that I don't.
And they really wasn't tanking. They were just bad.
Yeah, they didn't have good picks at times, but I just.
The only team tried to do that was the Clippers, and that's why they're the Clippers.
Yeah. And prior to these draft lottery odds being flattened out
over years, that was just generational tanking. Right. They were just a 4 years rookie contract, moving on 4 year rookie contract, moving. So that was just year in year out tanking, I guess. But to get to where they are now, I just
prior to the lottery odds being flattened out, you had teams like the Sixers who got Embiid and Ben Simmons as a result of tanking. But this is a different game now. Adam Silver.
What have they got from that? That didn't work out neither. Like, they got a great player. He's a really good basketball player. But that ain't won nothing.
Seems like a message is being sent around the league.
Yeah. It should be.
No, just go. Man, you got to go out and hoop, man. You got to go out and compete. You got to let these dudes, you got to teach these young boys, man. Yeah. Like, it ain't.
And a lot of that be on the coaches, too, though.
That's what they've been told, though.
They getting told from up top.
Put the players
out
from
there. Up here, bro. It's coming from up top. Upstairs.
Yeah.
Right? Ownership, management. It's a direct message, man.
Yeah.
So right? Gil made this point on playback last night, and I'm not gonna say I like it, but it's basically if you finish with the worst record, you should automatically get the 6th seed, I think, or the 6th pick or the 7th pick, just to discourage tanking.
Oh yeah.
So make these teams be competitive towards the end of the season, and nobody want to be in that last spot. And actually play like there's no, you finish with the worst record in the league, you're not going to get the number 1 pick.
Or top 5 pick.
Yeah, it seems like, or a top 5 pick. It seems like what's happening anyway. I mean, it feels like it punishes.
Or a top 3 pick.
Yeah, no, that's that. Yeah, I think anything else.
I think it should be something like that, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Like you will be excluded from getting the top 3 pick but then they just to circumvent that, right? All they would do is go out and pick. They got a bunch of young guys. They don't know how to win, right? So we just gonna bring in a bunch of 19, 20-year-old kids that don't know how to play. We're gonna have them under contract. We're gonna pick from other teams, guys, they 13, 14 guy, and that'll be our team.
So we asked the chat, is tanking finished in the NBA? 57% say it is. And for everybody out there, Gear will be here shortly. So we got his spot waiting for him. We let him know that the situation.
But I feel like every team that go through some turmoil will always get the number 1 pick too at the end of
it. We seen it happen. I mean, like I said, we saw. It
happened with us too in the Wizards too. After all the Netflix story, we got John Wall right after that. So
I think Hornets trade CP3, New Orleans Hornets trade CP3. The Clippers end up getting the number 1 pick. Get the number 1 pick. I believe the year they drafted Zion and they shipped AD off to the Lakers. Like you've seen these moves. It's a little coincidental.
I mean, and then we still don't see
Cleveland,
the ball.
03 gets LeBron. Chicago gets D Rose.
So how we know?
It seems like years the league wants things to work out, though. We got the frozen envelope conspiracy with Patrick Ewing back in the day. So I'm just going to reach in here and grab an envelope, and that's how we going to do it. Ooh. Here you go. But
Man, that thing used to be a coin flip.
Yeah.
It's still.
that's how the Lakers got magic, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that was on that show.
Shout out to Winning Time.
Yeah, Winning Time.
Great show on HBO. But let's keep this thing moving. Today's podcast is brought to you by Manscaped. It's playoff time. While the NBA stars are getting swatted on the court, you better make sure your grooming game isn't getting blocked in the bathroom. Introducing the Beard and Balls bundle from Manscaped with the Beard Hedger for the perfect facial hair lineup and the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra to keep you smooth from head to toe. You'll be ready to dominate. Head over to manscaped.com. Use code GIL at manscaped.com for 15% off your entire order. Score big with the Beard and Balls bundle and be the MVP of your own grooming game. Both the Beard Hedger and Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra are waterproof, making it easy to groom whenever you need, whether it's pregame prep in the shower or a quick touch-up during halftime. Two powerhouse tools, one perfect bundle. Look sharp, feel fresh, and never fumble your grooming game. Be the champion of your grooming routine with Manscaped's full Power Shave portfolio. Head to manscaped.com and use code GIL for 15% off your entire order. Or if you need it today, you can find Manscaped at a store near you. Don't miss this opportunity. Your face and your balls will thank you. Your face and your balls will thank you for using Manscaped. We got some Manscaped right here. Shout out to the good folks over there for blessing the arena with some of their fabulous, luxurious products. Waterproof, good to go. So let's talk some playoff basketball.
Not using the same joint that on.
We have a communal lawnmower for everybody in the arena.
Yeah.
Communal.
Yeah.
We just,
That's it.
I get it Mondays, you'll get it Tuesdays, and you get it Wednesdays.
Oh, yeah,
Thursdays.
but I'm talking about and using the joint on your balls and your face.
No.
Like, that's what I'm talking about.
Keep them separated.
Lining your mustache up, just smelling like nuts.
A separation of balls and face.
Yeah, motherfucking blades smelling like nuts. Like whoa.
One for below the waist, one for above it. But shout out to Manscaped. Let's get into some playoff basketball. Nuggets came up big in overtime to get the win over the Thunder in Game 3 this past Friday night. SGA going cold in the fourth quarter in OT. It'd be a quick turnaround for both teams in Game 4 on Sunday, about 36 hours later. Likely MVP didn't have that problem in crunch time in this one as he put the team on his back to help the Thunder even the series. Let's take a look at the highlights if we can. So both teams came out sluggish in the first quarter, combining to score 25 points in the period, which tied an NBA record for the fewest in a playoff game in the shot clock era. The Nuggets managed just 8 points in the quarter, going 2 of 22 from the field, 0 of 14 from 3, which included 3 air balls, while SGA had 8 points by himself. Team shook off the slow start in the second quarter with the Thunder taking a 42-36 lead into the break. Both teams were 3 of 22 from beyond the arc in the first half, and those shooting struggles would continue in the second half, with the teams combining to shoot just under 34% from the field in the game, the lowest combined field goal percentage in a playoff game since 2004. SGA led the Thunder with 25.6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. He was 8 of 19 from the field, missing all 5 of his three-point attempts, but he did go 9 of 12 from the free throw line. Jalen Williams was the only other Thunder starter to score in double figures, finishing with 10 points and 5 assists. Isaiah Hartenstein had 8 and 14 rebounds, including 5 on the offensive end, and Chet Holmgren had 8 points and 13 rebounds. So Nikola Jokic led the Nuggets with 27 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 steals, but was 7 of 22 from the field, shooting under 40% for the third straight game. Aaron Gordon was a bright spot for Denver, coming through with 15 points, 16 rebounds, and 6 assists. He was 5 of 10 from the field, 3 for 7 from 3. Jamal Murray added 17 points, but he was 5 of 15 from the field. Christian Brown had 17 and 3 steals on 4 of 11 shooting, but Michael Porter Jr. and Westbrook combined for just 9 points, going a combined 3 for 19 from the field, 2 for 14 from 3 for the pair. Nuggets jumped out to an 8-point lead early in the fourth quarter, but OKC's supporting cast held it down with SGA on the bench, going on an 11-0 run paced by threes from Cason Wallace and Aaron Wiggins. Thunder bench outscored the Nuggets bench 35-8, with Alex Caruso, Wallace, and Wiggins combining for 31 of those points. So after a tough Game 3, which saw him go 1 for 8 from the field in the fourth quarter and overtime, SGA got back to cooking late in this game, scoring 9 points in the fourth, including 8 in the final 6 minutes. So heading into this game, Denver was outscoring OKC 28-11 in clutch points, so that's under 5 minutes to go with the game within 5 points. But the Thunder outscored the Nuggets 12-0 in the clutch time in this game to even the series at 2-2. So they're heading back to OKC for Game 5 tonight. So after the game, SGA had this to say about coming through when his team needed him the most.
Yeah, I always feel like I have to. I always feel like those are the moments where the guy on the team earns his buck. You earn your money. You close games. You win games, and that's what everything's about: winning games. And the later you go in the season, the better the teams, the closer the games, and you need to rise to the occasion.
So all things considered, like I said, 36-hour turnaround. How impressive was this performance by SGA after his late game struggles in Game 3? Game 3, he was 1 for 8 from the field, fourth quarter and overtime. This game, 9 points in the fourth quarter, helped pace the Thunder, get them the win.
I mean, that's what he's been doing all year. He just stays consistent no matter what. You're not going to get him too high, too low. You're going to stay in the middle. But their bench went crazy, though,
Man.
for them. You know, their bench really showed up for them being on the road, you know, playing in a hostile environment like that. And it just says a lot about their bench. So, yeah, man, that was a good team win.
Like we said, OKC, young bench.
Yeah.
Deep bench as well. A lot of young guys willing to step up, play a lot more guys. Obviously, the Nuggets have a lot more guys available to do so. So Kenyon, when you look at what the Thunder were able to do, quick turnaround between games 3 and 4, SGA going out there doing his thing.
No, to Brandon's point, like that's what he's been doing. He's struggling a couple of games. He's going to continue to get the looks. He's going to get the opportunities to come out of that late game slump, right? But it's just you got to give credit with coaching. Like when somebody doesn't deviate from what got them to that point, having the best record in the West, playing my guys, right? Now, to a lot of these coaches, when the playoffs start, these guys not good enough to play for whatever reason, but they've been playing all year long. That's not the case down in OKC. Like, he's playing his guys, right? He's playing his guys night out, and those guys know they're going to get the minutes, so their confidence is still high. So when the opportunity presents themselves, it's just when they capitalize.
Swaggy, what you think about SGA, this OKC roster getting a big win? Denver to even the series 2-2, heading back to OKC tonight for Game 5.
I love the way Shai is like, he always come through. Like, if you mess up or they lose a game, he's very reliable on that next game that he's going to step up to the challenge like a superstar will. You know? It ain't going to be like if they was up 20 and lost, it wouldn't happen the second time with OKC.
Yeah.
I feel like with Shai, I think Shai is one of them. He'll correct his mistakes.
Said it after Game 1, too. It's not going to be sunshine rainbows. They were in a very good, positive move after tricking off that game. Said we knew it wasn't going to be easy. We know we were going to have to bring it, but I think that's indicative of him bringing that vet leadership to this young squad.
For sure.
All these other pieces. So, like I said, the Nuggets and Thunder, Game 3 tipped off after 8 p.m. local time on Friday. Players being in the arena well past midnight. They had to turn it around and play Game 4 on Sunday afternoon, around 36 hours later. So how much did the Thunder benefit from the quick turnaround between Games 3 and 4?
I mean, at first it was looking nasty for both teams.
Very nasty.
It didn't look like both of them
points in the
was going
first
to
quarter.
benefit. They was like, what, 1 for 21 from the three-point line. It was nasty early in the
Very nasty
in the beginning.
basketball.
And then I think they just willed it out. Both teams just willed it out towards the end. But of course OKC came up. But in the beginning it was ugly.
Benefit of having young guys.
Yeah, three
exactly.
people on their
That's the
bench.
point I was
Benefit of
getting
having young guys.
But to take them shots too, though, like being down, coming off the bench, 3 guys had, 10, 10, and 11?
Yeah, 10,
They had
10,
the legs, though. They got the legs. They're young, man. Like, they ain't.
You got to have confidence to shoot them shots, though. Just keep shooting them threes. And
that altitude too, though.
yeah.
They've been playing all year. Been playing all playoff.
They was a big reason they won that game, for sure. That third quarter when them subs came in and they was bringing that energy, I think that's what Shai knew fed off that fourth quarter, and they wasn't going to let the same mistake happen as the other night, for sure.
What's his name, Caruso?
Caruso?
Caruso championship experience.
He was doing his thing.
Won an NBA championship with the Lakers in the bubble, had Black Lives Matter on the back of his jersey, for those who may not remember. Been down for the struggle.
He did. Caruso over Brown, baby.
He said he got it on the inside. He can hear Jimmy on certain occasions.
You used to do the headband?
But to the other side of that, you got this Nugget squad. Again, you have a tremendous amount of playoff experience. Did you ever have two games that close to each other in the postseason? And does that seem fair, really for both teams, but more so for the Nuggets, who are an older vet squad, to have those games so quickly in succession with each other?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you a lot of games.
A
lot of playoff games.
I know. I'm with
Playoff
that.
games. But I'm pretty sure that it should play the factor, especially late in the game. For a guy like Nikola that's been playing a lot of minutes, a guy like Jamal Murray that's been playing a lot of minutes, Michael Porter been injured. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure it had an effect on him. But, yeah, you don't expect that quick of a turnaround in the playoffs.
Yeah.
At least, yeah, so bad scheduling for Denver benefited OKC.
Which they deserve the benefit, obviously, top team in the NBA this season. If somebody's going to have an advantage, it should be them.
But not on the road.
Yeah. But having to play in Denver, like you always say, the great equalizer, that altitude.
Yeah, but like I said, that's benefit of having young guys.
So you played in Denver, obviously played on other teams in the league as well. How long does it take you to get acclimated back to that altitude, playing in Denver versus now coming on the road? Obviously, you don't get to spend as much time there.
Just depends on how long. Well, of course, it depends on how long your road trip is. If you just go and come right back, like that's
Okay.
It's nothing. Like if you gone for 4 or 5 days, it's gonna take you a day or so to get. You know what I'm saying, like you gonna have to do something cardiovascular when you get back. Like you have to put that altitude in them lungs when you get back. So, but but road teams, it's hell, man. That first 5, 6, 7 minutes of the game. That's why we used to try to play fast as possible.
Oh, to get it started?
Yeah. Pushing that thing, man. Like one dribble, throwing that bitch up. Hey, we trying to play fast. So them first 5, 6 minutes, we trying to make y'all call timeout or something. Right? Or it's gonna be dudes fouling on purpose to stop the break, like that, all that kind of shit. And lungs,
Remember that.
Mouth white, lungs burning.
Yeah, coaches used to try to blow it, like have us really kill us in practice before we play the game before, because it was a lot of up and downs, a lot of.
But would that practice be in Denver or at the crib?
Denver.
Before? Okay, I'm not making sure.
I wanted to say blowout, but it sounded kind of palsy, so I didn't want to say.
This is Gil's Reading presented by Underdog Swaggy. Whoop whoop. Like you can speak freely here.
Yeah.
This is a safe space.
But yeah, I mean when we got there, coach, get on the line, play fives, a lot of movement, just to try to get used to it. But do you feel a difference when you go on the road?
Mm-hmm. You go down there.
What say you like?
Denver was
Never got tired
always
of
the last road game.
For a lot of East Coast.
Yeah, for a lot of East Coast teams. So we were always.
That's kind of janky.
Utah or Denver or both. You go Utah, Denver. It might be a back-to-back, or you might very seldom you spend a lot of time if you coming from out east.
Yeah.
Very seldom you spend a lot of time.
Always that last one.
Because when I was with the Nets, that was our last game of our road trip was Denver, and then the first game of their road trip will be us.
Yeah.
It'll be like a day in between.
Usually by the time we got to Denver, we just got our ass beat. You're tired. You'll never. Especially if you come from Utah, you like, all right.
I hate Denver. I ain't gonna lie.
You're not gonna lie. So since putting up 42, 22, and 6 in game one, Jokic hasn't looked like himself, shooting under 40% in 3 straight games for the first time since 2018, with the Thunder defense keying in on the 3-time MVP. Past 3 games, Jokic shooting 33% from the field, 18% from 3, has 15 assists but 16 turnovers. So Kenyon, what have the Thunder done to slow down Joker in this series?
They challenging everything. They throwing different bodies at him, different looks. You got Lou Dort bothering you, and then you got to go battle Isaiah Hartenstein. You got Chet lurking. You got other Williams kid, Jay Williams. He biting him up that big ass chest. He making him so it's they throwing different looks at him. So and everybody is presenting a different task.
Yeah.
And they doing a good job of crowding him, making him play in the crowd. They reaching for the ball. They just not letting him play freely. So, yeah, they are contesting every shot. They making him take a lot of shots to get his number in order for them to have a chance to win. So, low assist numbers the last 3 games, like you said. So, because he's been looking to score, and the ball ain't going in. So when and you watch his body language after he miss a couple, right? He started now he pressing. So Yeah. No, they're
And
doing a good
making
job.
That motherfucker move too.
Yeah.
Them boys playing fast.
Making that boy move on that
See
other
Joker
end.
just running.
Yeah.
And you think he's feeling any of the effects of a 7-game series with the Clippers? Obviously, that was a grueling series as well. Or
7. I forgot they did go.
I mean, he's a well-conditioned athlete.
Yeah.
Is that a big?
Now, you're in the playoffs, man, so you're able to put it to the
Yeah,
side,
for
right?
sure.
Like you're able to put it to the side, because you're not practicing, you're not on your feet. Minus a walkthrough, maybe that's 30, 40 minutes, whatever it is, to go over a couple sets, this, that, and the third, clean up some stuff y'all doing offensively. Then he might, because he's been struggling offensively, he's probably getting extra shots up right now, but but in the playoffs, no, you're able to put like tired is a
That's the last thing. I think that's what I'm trying to tell Gil.
That's the last thing
Conserving
on my mind.
You may not be worried about being tired, but you look at this Thunder squad, swept their first-round series, had about 7-8 days off, saw the rust, obviously, from them in Game 1, but that's a rush from being rested versus the Thunder have to roll right in from a Game 7 win, hop right on the plane, go to OKC, play 2 games.
OKC been resting all year.
Yeah, they've been playing fourth quarters of games.
They've been resting all year. This ain't. They well, and like Kenyon said, and they young, so they just let's go.
They ain't
Like
got
AAU.
them dudes don't have to. Them 19-year-old 20 dudes ain't got to stretch.
At all.
Huh?
Yeah, not like that.
What? Man, they getting out the bed, East Band that
I
thing,
wish I stretched though, man.
right? Them dudes ain't stretching.
So you look at this past game, nobody on the Thunder played more than 38 minutes. That's SGA. Rest of the starters, 29 minutes, 33, 19 minutes versus Nuggets, Aaron Gordon, 38 minutes, Michael Porter Jr., 34, Jokic, 43, Jamal Murray, 41, Christian Brown, 44. Just the ability with the Thunder to have that deeper bench and rely on those guys.
Game in 3 and Game 4, like the minutes that was played in Game 3, and then you turn around at short term. Yeah, them dudes, definitely played a factor.
But the Thunder essentially having the luxury with that bench to rely on those guys, play them a little bit more in this one.
Leave them out there for extended periods of time. Like you said, they extended the lead and they to 11, whatever, with SGA on the bench. So, it's...
You got to give it up to Aaron Gordon. He still made a bank shot 3. Almost close the game, get it close. I'm like, he just making every goddamn game winner. He hit it. There's something in the air, man. There's something in the air.
You got a gym in your house?
He was fumbled the ball, still got that motherfucker up.
Because he been shooting the hell out of it.
Yeah, he was shooting the hell. I'm like, man.
Because he had a hitch last year, a little bit.
Yeah.
He struggled.
How much he averaging this?
With the gym,
Gordon.
He shooting the hell out of it.
I still think that game winner he had, that dunk, I think it turned him up.
Confidence.
Man.
Playing a high level. And then we talked about the situation with the black eye, not knowing what's going on. I think we can key in on maybe who the potential situation was that may or may not have led to that. But Aaron Gordon in this postseason averaging 18 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists in 11 games. He's shooting 50% from the field, 41% from 3.
Oh, yeah.
87% from the free throw line.
41?
Yeah.
41
3?
from 3?
Oh, yeah.
So 50 from the field, 41 from 3, 87 from the free throw line.
He done hit a lot of clutch threes, bro. Even not just the game winners. Like,
Joker said one of the best teammates he's ever had. MPJ, wishy-washy.
I think Michael Porter needs to go sit his ass down. Him and that shoulder. You know what I'm saying? I think, because you don't know what you're going to get from game to game. Right? I understand he spaced the floor, but you don't know what you're going to get from game to game.
who would you put
He
in
came
for?
out, he had the good game, he had 20-something, and
Yeah.
then it just...
Who could you put in for him, though? That's
I'm playing Russ, dog.
But Russ struggled too in this past game, but been more consistent.
Russ
Yeah,
energy,
more
Russ
consistent.
energy.
He
But you
ain't-
know.
He not
You know,
injured.
yeah.
He don't have an injury.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Like, he has an injury that requires surgery. Like his AC joint, like that requires that needs to get fixed. Out the words out of his mouth, that needs to get fixed. So
MPJ, 2 points in game 1, 8 points, 5 rebounds game 2, 21 and 8 in game 3, 3 points, 9 rebounds.
yeah, see,
in
that's
game
more
4.
bad than good at this point. Like I get you want to be out there for guys, and I respect it because he said it. I'm saying, you got to show respect. Like a lot of guys sitting out for less that don't need surgery, but you got to put respect that he's trying to play.
Yeah.
But at some point, it might be a detriment to what they're trying to do because he's limited rebounds and stuff. He can't lift his left arm up to get the rebound. It's popping over. So it's shit like that, right?
Yeah.
So 6 of the 11 games this postseason been in single digits.
Yeah.
Did have that
go ahead,
15
put Russ
and 15 game.
That's all I'm like. Give me effort. I'll throw fucking DeAndre Jordan out there for some size. I'm gonna play Zeke Naji.
He be
Play
out there
Zeke
playing
Naji
too.
one game. He really get all opportunity. I'm saying Watson been playing well. I would give him some more minutes.
Yeah.
I'll split the minutes between Watson and Russ and let them rock out because you're playing Christian Braun a lot of minutes anyway. So
Shit, Christian Brown playing 44 minutes.
so you're playing them. So yeah,
Why they don't put Russ on Shai? He was doing a good job.
too short. Gonna shoot right over. You got to put size on him. You got to put athletic big that can move his feet on him.
Yeah.
That has somewhat discipline to stay down on that pump fake.
About to say, yeah.
Because
I don't know which one you're going to find.
that's why it's not a lot out
put
there.
Brown-
There's some in the league, but it's like, because you got to be able to withstand him putting his shoulder in your chest.
Yeah.
Right? And bumping you and getting you. Like, you got to be able to withstand that and not give ground. Because as soon as you give ground, you're dead meat.
Right.
As soon as he boom you, like, he put this in your chest, so that's why, like, guards ain't got a chance of guarding him.
This could be the first time he had what?
So you got to be, if you gonna guard Shai, you got to be a pest. Like, you got to be like not willing to get screened at time. Like, you got to be one of them. Like, you got to be like.
I'm trying to say who like that in the league.
Because,
Probably.
But that dude down, that's where they play for Miami.
Which
Like a guard?
Was in Sacramento. Before
David Mitchell.
yeah,
Darren Mitchell, yeah.
he a problem on
He a
that
problem.
ball.
He played defense like one.
He a problem on that
You don't
ball.
think Jalen Daniels could guard him?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, he's got
That's because
size.
he's long, that's why.
Got size.
Yeah. This will be the first time. New teams in the finals, huh?
Huh?
New teams in the finals.
It's
I don't know yet. It ain't
They're
over.
well underway.
Yeah,
It ain't over.
I'm just talking about.
And Denver too, bro.
And on the East is
Denver
going to be
fucking around going to win game 5, come back.
The Cavs fans in the building are not deterred, not swayed. Don't know if I believe it or not, but that's what we're seeing. But
in the East.
we talked about Joker. We talked about SGA
My
all
brother.
season. SGA and Joker in this MVP race. Said a few times that Joker needed to have some MFU games just to remind people who he was and what he was capable of. Had one game, 42, 22, and 6, like we talked about. But is Joker due for another MFU game in this series? 3 straight games under 40%. Numbers have been nasty by his standards.
Yeah, for sure.
He need to play better overall. I don't know if he needs to be having one of them games, but we know he need to play better. that in order for them to win, like shoot better from the field, of course, but
Was it the Joker outfit?
Turnovers.
they determine
Game 3 in the
Was it
Joker outfit, put up a
that
stinker.
jinxed him?
like
I ain't never seen him do that.
it
man.
looks as if like them young boys determined not to let him have one.
Yeah.
Like that's the way they playing him. Like, all right, you got that out the way. Like we gonna do everything we can not to let that happen again.
Yeah, but that Jokic.
I don't see
Because
Joker.
if he hitting shots, because he's been missing. Like the one game was a game 2. He had some great looks. Like no stuff he normally make. The ball, like it was a lot of jump shots, but it was like the ball was just boom, boom, out, boom, out. I'm like, yo, it's.
They play tonight?
He's trying to get fouls too much, though. He complaining for fouls too much.
I could see it game 5. Okay. I could see it.
3-game series now.
That's hard to be Joker back-to-back, though. I'm yet to see it in the playoffs. Just back-to-back.
Jamal Murray.
It's like they win one, lose one, win one, lose one. Gotta get.
So Joker,
But did Shai have his game yet, though?
Shai been consistent.
You know, a Shai game, like, yeah, like a 40
What, 33?
I think the series goes 7. though.
Stay at 30, though, but it's just, I'm talking about
I still think they go 7.
or Jalen Williams had one
2
of his
MVPs.
games.
I can see it. And then,
Possibility.
So each of these teams has won a road game in the series. Now the Nuggets need to win at least one more in OKC if they want to advance to the Western Conference semifinals. 3-game series right now, series tied 2-2. What adjustments do both teams need to make in Game 5 if they want to take a 3-2 lead in this series and get a little bit of breathing room?
OKC just got to keep running. They're young. They got to stay with that same energy. And then Denver with Jokic, he got to play better. And they just got to show their experience and their maturity because they're champions. So, they've been in positions like this, and they got one of the best players in the NBA, probably the MVP. So, I'm still putting the favor towards Denver.
Hartenstein got to stop shooting that dumbass floater on the side. I hate that fucking shot.
The left?
Yeah,
that shit money.
That's in the air ball a couple times.
That shit is money.
Sometimes a little long, but
fourth quarter when the game getting close.
81% on that motherfucker.
That shit money, dog.
That was air ball
money.
On that shot alone, he's shooting like 80%.
Every time he get it right there,
right?
That shit money.
That third game, the third game.
80%?
He tried it three times in a row and air ball 2 of them.
I heard the announcer say something like, he shoot like 80%
I heard that
on that
too.
shot. I said, yo.
That's money.
Shoot it.
That's automatic.
No.
Right here, and then it's off, and then it's like, it's kind of funky because you don't know. It's
when he airballed the first one,
it
don't
happens.
shoot the second one like
It
that.
happens.
But he shoot 80%.
He airballed twice in a row, game 3, man.
Hey, it happens.
Yeah, but 2-2 series?
Yeah. They got to put Nikola in a better situation, and like he's having to work too hard, right? At time, like you got to make the game easier for him as a
Doing that
staff,
all
right?
year.
I'm like
Bringing the ball up and shit.
run some simple turn fives, man. Like
You want to be point guard?
yeah,
Let's bring the ball up.
absolutely. Like, he has to live. You got to get off of it, big fella. Hey, let some of them other dudes bring it up, man. Go get your ass on that block, man. You need some easy buckets, brother.
You know you can do all of it. Shit, you don't have to do it right now.
Yeah, why is that? Why do teams get away from like what they do like even like Boston, like a lot of these teams they get away from Boston they've been shooting threes, but getting back to that box, like you said, like the easier like turn fives, like getting easier buckets in the post. Everything's
hard.
Everything's outside the three.
Bro, that's hard living, man. Like that's hard, man. I'm all about making the game simple as possible, and I got one of them. He's 7 foot, good footwork, good offensive player, nice touch around the rim. I'm putting him closer to the basket as I can possibly get. Then you double team. Now you got your passes. He still can. I'm tell you right, man. Go look at the way they used to. You got a decision to make. If they making shots, that's one thing. But you got to try to make it easier for him.
Man, what they doing with this MVP race? Are they waiting to see who wins?
No, that's not. It's already in, right?
No, they know who won, but make the announcement. I'm saying
Yeah, they know who won already.
They know for a fact. I'm surprised that ain't leaked, but yeah, we'll see when they make the announcement. Obviously, both players are the top 2 candidates playing against each other in the playoffs right now.
Making it more interesting for the people.
Building the hype, intensity, excitement, if you will. So we asked the chat who wins this series. 55% of the chat think that the Oklahoma City Thunder are going to win this series right now. It's tied 2-2. Like I said, Game 5 tonight back in OKC. But let's talk about the biggest game of the evening last night. So after stealing the first 2 games up in Boston by overcoming 20-point deficits in the second half, the Knicks were blown out by the Celtics in Game 3. Celtics threes were falling in Game 3 as they improved to 40-3 this season in games where they make 20 or more threes. They were 20 of 40 from the three-point line in that game. Knicks were not able to make a comeback for once, but let's see what happened in Game 4. So Celtics came out on fire again, dropping 39 points in the first quarter. Derek White opened the game 4 for 4 on threes with 14 points in that first quarter. His underdog higher lower was 13.5 points. He eclipsed that all in the first quarter. Jayson Tatum was 6 for 8 from the field overall and scored 15 points to open the game, including a step-back 3 to end the quarter. Celtics shot 64% from 3 in the first quarter, 50% for the first half. Boston led by 11 points after the first quarter and at halftime as well. White and Tatum were the 2 standouts on the Boston side all game. White ended with 23 points, shot 50% from the field. Tatum was sensational, dropping 42 points and keeping the Celtics in the game by himself, especially when the Knicks made a push in the second half. Jaylen Brown on the bench for most of the fourth quarter after picking up his 5th foul. But in the third quarter, Knicks turned it up, led by Jalen Brunson's 18 points to get the MSG crowd fired up, 7 for 11 from the field in the quarter. Big bodega Karl Anthony Towns was also crucial with 9 points on 4 for 4 from the field in the third. Knicks outscored the Celtics by 14 in the quarter to take a 3-point lead into the fourth. So Jayson Tatum led all scorers with 11 points in the fourth, but suffered an injury that we're going to show in just a second. But let's watch this Knicks crew. OG doing his thing as well, bouncing back from a couple of bad games. Josh Hart helping him take the lead. So fourth quarter, Mikal Bridges got the midi going. Like I said, Tatum doing his thing as well. Woo. Man, 11 points in the fourth, thanks in large part to plays like that. Okay. But like I said, Tatum suffered a non-contact lower right leg injury reaching for a loose ball as Genie Anunoby stole the ball with a 9-point lead with about 3 minutes to play. But Knicks were cruising at that point, so hard to see them losing this game. Definitely want to send our love to Jayson Tatum, though. We'll discuss his injury at length shortly. So the Knicks got 10 fourth quarter points out of Mikal Bridges, 9 from Anunoby, and 8 from Jalen Brunson. Overall, 4 Knicks, the 3 I just mentioned, and Cat scored 20 or more points in the game. Jalen Brunson led the way, 39 points, 12 assists, just 1 turnover, the king of New York.
How many points he had?
39, 12 assists, 1 turnover. Knicks snap a 3-game losing streak at Madison Square Garden, take a commanding 3-1 lead in the series. Defending champs are now on the brink of elimination. Mr. B, we watched that game on playback last night with Gil, who is still not in his arena currently, even though we've been told that he's on his way shortly. Biggest reason the Knicks won Game 4 and took a 3-1 lead.
Same thing they've been doing, Boston, just shooting themselves out. But I want to send my wishes to Jayson Tatum, man. You know, with the leg injury. I mean, I know they're not saying it. It looked like Achilles to me because I tore my Achilles, and I just know that look back and when you grab. But man, he was playing well. I mean, he was playing great. But you know, with the Boston, it just looks like they just fall apart. Like they just fall apart and they just don't make no type of adjustments.
Okay, you were coming back from the East Coast.
Yeah,
Hanging with the Nets, though, but former Net, former Knick.
Yeah, and I was watching the game there. With one Jayson Tatum, man. Speedy recovery. That's rough, man.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Super.
Yeah, that's rough. And you can tell he ain't never dealt nothing with anything of the sort because of his reaction to it. With some speedy recovery, man. But to Brandon's point, like Jayson Tatum had it going during the game, and the one shot he had a layup, he could have went to the basket and he just shot the backed up 3. Like it's shots like that. If that goes in, great. But the fact that your mind told you to go shoot that in that moment instead of go to the basket, maybe get fouled. I'm saying, like they to your point, the ball's not gonna always go in from 3, man, and then they hunt that shot entirely too much, and it's proven in the games that that they've lost in this series. They just, Brandon's point, they just don't adjust to the flow of the game and to make the game easier for yourself. Right, them shots are cool, man, but 2s are good too, like. Driving to the basket, getting fouled, layups, getting to the free throw line a lot. Those points count as well, man. Yeah. Like, how about a 3-point play? Like, go to the basket, get fouled, go make your free throw. Like, that's the same damn thing, man. Like, just wrapped in a different way.
It is.
3 is worth more than 2, but 2 is worth more than 0.
Yeah, absolutely. So, 1 is worth more than you can go to the line, and 1 you miss 1. It's just this constant theme, man, that we're gonna shoot ourselves out of the game. Right, we're not gonna make no adjustments doing it. We're just gonna continue to do this way, man. When you hitting them, great, but they've proven as of late that the ball ain't going in all game for them.
So like the biggest reason the Knicks are now up 3-1 in this series, looking to make their first Eastern Conference Finals in the last 25 years.
I want to say, speedy recovery to Jayson Tatum. Never want to see somebody go down like that. But I feel like the coach making analytic stars, man. Got them shooting too many threes, made them fall in love with the 3-point line, And sometimes you forget your game. Sometimes you settle too much for threes. You forget the stuff, the package you have, you know. And sometimes you just need to go look at some old tapes or something. I don't know. It's programming somebody to shoot threes. You get locked into that. You start searching for it more. You know, if you don't use it, you lose it. So I say, I don't know, man. It's program. They was up. I never seen a team be up 14 and lose the league that fast, or up 15 going through the game. First quarter you up 14. Second quarter you down 1. It's crazy, man.
I'm blaming Joe.
Yeah, that's what
What I do?
No, not you, Joe. The coach Joe.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, we're just talking about like adjustments and just like understanding. Yeah, you want to live and die by the three, but it's like it's other elements to the game. Like, you know, that's why I always, you know, I don't really think he's that great of a coach. I mean, I think he just was inherited into a situation where, you know, the shit was already built. I'm not gonna take away him being a champion, but I mean, I'm just looking at like you got Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and you don't run no post plays for them. Like everybody can shoot threes. Like you up 20, like you've been up 20 the last 4 games, and
how did that happen?
Like you know, like
Mr. B, we did see you crash out on the playback last night. You even went to the extreme of saying that the Celtics should
fire.
Yeah, Joe got to go.
Yeah,
But this is what I will say.
Take
Though.
Mazzulla's move.
I will say this: Boston does still have a good enough team to still be in the series, though. They do still have 2 Olympians. Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jaylen Brown. So their team still on paper to me is still better than the New York Knicks. But I mean, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown picked up, I believe, his 5th foul in the game, so missed a considerable portion of the 4th quarter. He came right back in right before Tatum ended up injuring himself. But you talked about what the Celtics did wrong, relying on the 3 too much. But let's talk about what the Knicks did right in the series. Overcoming 2 20-point deficits, game 1 and 2 to take those wins. Game 3 was a wash. Celtics led by more than 30 points in the second half of that game. Weren't able to do that. But Jalen Brunson, first and foremost, with Mikal Bridges, OG stepping back up, Cat stepping up. This squad in front of the Madison Square Garden fans, Spike Lee rocking the Timberlands, replaces Jays with Timbs. I'm saying, like, you know, but
Yeah.
high stakes game, high pressure game. If it goes 2-2, you got to imagine the Celtics are going to keep rolling at that point. So lost 3 straight home playoff games, I think for the first time in Madison Square Garden history. All that coming in this game, able to get the win and now take a 3-1 lead in this series.
You got to give them credit for staying in the game and staying locked in and staying focused. But I feel like it's more of Boston tricking it off than, you know, all it takes for like Miles Bridges to see a shot go in when he didn't make it. He had 0 points in the 4th quarter and end up having 14. A guy like that, you see the ball go in the hole, it gives you confidence and gives the team confidence. You know, when you make 3 in a row or something like that, that gives the team confidence. And Boston just did stay with the analytics, shooting threes.
Yeah, to B's point, man, like come out of timeout, like let's draw something up different, man.
Yeah,
Like if we make it, we get something good off of it, let's run it again. And where those times at? Where those
Slow
plays?
the
Where that
game
playoff
down.
basketball at? Slow that shit
down. Yeah, you got
Like just shooting unnecessary threes.
unnecessary.
One pass too. Like,
We used to want
one
teams to
pass,
do that.
nobody under the rim, rebound, you on the break. Like it's, bruh.
Was that the thing? Like people used to want teams to do that one pass shot. That's why you pressing.
But I've never
Do
seen
something.
that in the playoffs, though. Like, I've never seen a team
Like that
play
used to
like
be a bad thing.
even
one pass.
Because even when
shot.
Steve Nash and them played, they still had dumping it down to Amari or, like, you know, they had other plays. Like, this is just.
Because if you need a bucket, man, you got to run an easy play. Like, you got to run like something that you know gonna be a good shot. That's what I thought, right? Out of a timeout, late game, like there's no separation of early game and late game for them. Every shot is the same shot, no matter time or score. But with the Knicks, Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks, they're going to make sure they get a good quality shot every possession, whether it's taking the air out the ball and dribbling it down to the last 7 seconds, 6 seconds of the shot clock every possession, right?
Bump.
So getting to the line, getting in the penalty early, like that's how they're able to come back from 20 down. Y'all keep shooting threes.
Yeah.
We making twos, getting to the line, slowing the game down.
Can't stop. Yeah.
And there you have it.
Yeah.
Recipe for comeback.
Shout out Tibbs, rolling with his guys, making adjustments.
You know, it ain't just making adjustments. That's the way they play.
Yeah.
Right? Their best player is a half-court savant. Right? He's 101 half-court genius out there. Right? For him, 39-12 and only one turnover? That's a great game, man. That's a great controlled playoff, I'm the best player out here game.
14 to 25 from the field, 4 for 8 from
Very
three.
efficient.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Extremely efficient in everything that he's doing.
Yeah.
Mighty Mouse out there.
Yeah, no, but he's
And the Knicks just play hard too. They
Yeah.
play hard, bro.
They fight.
I
man.
gotta give it to Hart, bro. He plays hard. Bro.
Hey, that's people doing their job, Nick, right? Management going out and getting guys that this shit means something to them.
Like this,
right?
They got that New York Knicks feel. Like they.
It means something to him. And then you got Karl Anthony Towns, his skill set, he's bought into it.
Yeah.
So he's playing spirited and the people are buying into it in the crowd with him. And
Is it good to say they both won, Minnesota and?
absolutely. At this
That'd be
point,
dope.
absolutely.
Yeah.
At this point, absolutely.
They both
It's
got
working
what
out
they
for both teams.
Yeah, they both got what they want.
And we ask this pretty much after every game, so we're going to talk Warriors and Wolves later in this show because Wolves are doing their thing as well. But let's talk a little bit more Jalen Brunson. So Brunson had 26 of his 39 points in the second half. He was asked what the Knicks learned from their Game 3 loss heading to Game 4 and said this.
Yeah, I think it was a sense of like urgency, desperation, just knowing that we have a great opportunity. That we're playing a really good team, and I don't even think we're playing our best basketball yet.
So after Game 3, Brunson said that he felt like the team didn't really respect and feel that sense of urgency when they dropped that game. They were feeling themselves a little too much. Now after Game 4, he said they're not even playing their best basketball yet. So what do you make of Brunson saying the Knicks are still not playing their best basketball?
Yeah, probably because they've been down by 20 every game.
In three of those 4 games.
So,
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, we've been down by a dub in 3 of the 4 games would tell me that we haven't played right, but we've played well enough to be up 3-1 against a really good team. Like
I think 11-ish, so down 11 at halftime.
But it went up to like 14.
Yeah, I think at one point.
14, 15.
yeah, I mean, I agree, but they fighting though.
Celtics' largest lead in the game was 14.
Like the fight. I mean, I know. So it's kind of like, yo, y'all fight like that. I can't wait to see y'all play y'all.
So hear me out.
game.
So hear me out, right? So people think like college don't matter at times. The young like this shit don't matter.
Yeah.
Them 3.
Championship experience.
Championship.
But what is the NCAA tournament late? The Elite 8, Final Fours. What is it? It's this shit right here,
Yeah.
right? It's late game executing plays, defending, diving on, doing all the shit that it takes to win that, right?
Yeah.
They did it twice.
And by and large, in those
Right.
games, it's teams you're not familiar with, right? You
Not
got
at all.
A day or two to plan, prepare for.
With them, they know.
We've had all season.
So we
now.
know how to get at y'all.
Exactly.
Right? They built that, and you add other like an OG to that, right? He fits that. So you go out, man, when guys are that competitive in their own being, and you put that in a group, that's what it looks like, man. Like they no quit, no stop. We're gonna play. You gotta beat us.
Yeah.
Make or miss shots. We're gonna play hard, and that's what they get, man. Like to your point, like maybe the Game 3 blowout did something to them, right? Like you said, they was feeling themselves a little bit. They come out, get their doors blew off.
Yeah, and that's what Brunson said
Yeah,
after
you coming on playing with house money and you think you're good, right?
So Celtics swept the Knicks in the regular season. I think the last game of the season was the closest one.
Pride.
If I'm not mistaken. But Celtics got them in OT.
Pride.
Yeah, but it comes to a point, right, where you're not
Pretty sure
going
he
to
was
keep
up on
getting
the
your ass
board.
whooped. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was up on the board. In that locker room, hey, 0-4 regular season. Hey, they kicked our ass, man. So now, like, pride kick in, man. Individual pride kicks in.
As a coach, you lose 2 games being up 20, no adjustments.
Fire Joe.
As a coach,
There be. I'm
Not you.
okay.
like this just happened the other
Every
night.
time I hear it, I get a little
This
nervous.
just happened the other night.
I need my money.
You didn't think about something you could do if this situation come up again? Like a game plan for that?
You just live and die by the 3. That's the game plan. Gambling with your life.
Fucking shoot.
You got 2 of the best
4
wings.
seconds.
Got 2 of the best wings in NBA.
That
Gifted.
Brunson shit, yeah.
6, 7, 6, 8, 6, 9, whatever they are.
Do that Brunson shit. Dribble that motherfucker out. Shit.
The one
Use the
move
hoop.
Jayson Tatum made at the free throw, he got the ball inside the 3, got to his spot, rose and shot that bitch. Like, give me that.
Yeah.
Do that. More. You're too athletic. You shoot the ball at a high point, can't nobody get to it, dog. Shoot some motherfucking. You need to shoot 6, 7 turnaround jump shots a game. Put your ass on the block, man.
Well, back to
like
Brunson
that
real
vacuum
quick.
cat.
Want to show you guys this stat.
Big foot.
That I think is
20.
You trying to go to Brunson bad, I see.
The Knicks are up 3-1.
Long ass step.
We are a show that celebrates
behind
winners, but let's take a look at this Brunson stat and what he's been able to do so far in this postseason. So 4th quarter points through first 10 games of one NBA playoffs since 1997. Jalen Brunson in this postseason, 102 points. Next is Kobe. In 2003, had 100 points. Kobe also had 100 points in 2001.
God damn.
And then another one.
Wardell Steph Curry, 99 points. And then also Kobe being Bryant in 2008.
I'm pretty sure if you go
lot of
back
Kobe's.
further, some more on that.
A lot of Kobe's. But Jalen Brunson, first 10 games, 4th quarter. 102 total 4th quarter points.
Jordan never had 100 points in 10 games?
That's in 97. They stopped it.
Oh, okay.
19, there was a.
Because the other
I'm about to say,
would have been on.
We like to control
I want to
narratives.
say,
on the
I
internet.
say, I know Jordan had a lot of.
Ain't nobody else's name gonna be on that motherfucker before 96. Trust me. 96 in the book, ain't nobody else's name gonna be on there. One guy.
First and foremost, you see Kobe just dominating.
Green,
that list.
Green couldn't be on there? No,
Not in
Larry.
maybe Larry.
I was about to say maybe Larry,
Maybe
but he
Kareem.
passed to a lot. So
Yeah, maybe Larry, but
I mean Hakeem.
no, that just shows what Jalen Brunson's dominance and his what winning means to him and what this is, man. Well, that's what it says to me at least, right? I'm gonna do what I can to win in the 4th quarter. Is that, man? Your best player shows up in the 4th quarter, and that's what he does consistently for his team.
All you gentlemen like getting buckets,
Brunson making me like him now. He's becoming one of.
so you're not gonna stay on that because Swaggy, you were very obviously
I'm starting.
Celtics heavy coming through, rocking
And what else he gotta do?
green jerseys.
I'm starting to like Brunson.
What else you got to do?
He just fucked up my week, you know.
I dig it, but they don't take it. Don't hate on it.
I'm a hater.
I-
Joker hater. You know I'm a Joker hater.
I
Joker hater.
So all the good guys,
I'm starting to
all
come
the
on
really
the
good
Brunson
basketball
side.
players you hate.
I'm starting to come on the Brunson side. You know?
Brother, hey, I'm pretty sure you got enough room on that bandwagon.
Knicks fans appear to be embracing of those trying to jump on the bandwagon now.
There's enough room. There's enough boroughs.
There is enough boroughs.
You got to pick one.
I'm working on my year for everybody in the chat. I know I need to add a couple more R's.
So what they play Thursday? Play again Thursday?
Whenever they play us over.
Tomorrow.
Play Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Tatum
Maybe
got
after
the
that.
worst
He might
luck
come to work.
right now, man. Like, the get benched, Steve Kerr, never mentioning like MVP races, get hurt. Like,
And Lakers fans can talk about the Knicks having a big bandwagon.
Okay, so now that we know what we know
Champion.
with Boston, with Tatum being out, if you Boston, do you make a move this summer?
Mr. B.
And do what? For who? And do what?
Uh,
For Porzingis and
Yeah, I think you get rid of Porzingis, bro.
You got to. Okay, so Tatum's not coming back for a whole nother year.
He's not. Yeah, he's definitely not playing next year. So, but you just can't blow it up because he gets hurt and you don't win. Like that doesn't make any sense. You just won a championship with this squad.
But is the squad gonna still be the same in 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Drew getting older. Drew might be
older. He might retire.
Well, you got to make some other moves, but I don't do nothing drastically. Like I don't. Who you gonna bring in for Porzingis? What you gonna get? Porzingis and who?
Porzingis and Drew for.
See, y'all gonna keep shipping Drew out, and Drew gonna go somewhere and win another fucking championship. Y'all gonna cut it out.
Drew might retire.
That's what I'm saying. I think Drew might retire.
Man, y'all gonna keep
Derek White not going
y'all
nowhere.
gonna keep putting Drew in this shit. Drew gonna go somewhere and win him another one. I'm telling you, Drew gonna end up in motherfucking OKC or some shit. Y'all like, damn, like, go.
I mean, OKC do got picks.
So y'all,
They gotta do something.
why?
Yeah, because all they gonna have is Horford gonna be gone.
The whole year
played
without Tatum.
40.
You gonna-
Porzingis
next
gonna
year-
play 30 to 40
You
games.
got enough to compete.
You're gonna have White and Brown.
Got enough to win 55 games in the Eastern Conference.
Without Tatum?
Yep, the fifth in the Eastern Conference. You don't think you win 55 games without Jayson Tatum?
I don't think they win.
Jaylen Brown got to step his play up.
That's
Everybody,
probably
Derek,
Jaylen Brown.
Derek White,
All-star.
Derek White.
like you said, he gonna have to step his.
You said Eastern
Pritchard.
Conference Finals MVP, Finals MVP.
Pritchard,
Jaylen Brown.
your guy, right?
P.
Your
Rabbit.
guy. He got to step his game up, right? Pritchard got to step. He's sixth man of the year, right?
Yeah.
Got to step his game up. Drew Holiday, two-time champion, Olympian. Porzingis. You got to go get some young. So you got to do your job.
This
Now you
might
got to do
be
some.
Jaylen
Listen, you got to do
MVP
some
year.
front office work. And you got to do some coaching.
This might be Jalen. MVP.
I'm saying you missing 29 a night, 28, 29 a night. Leads the team. It's a lot, but hey,
That's a lot, bro. You can't.
you can win 50, 55 games in the Eastern Conference.
No.
Yes, you can.
You think so?
No.
Indiana, New York,
That don't mean that they can win what they win.
Cleveland.
Cleveland coming back?
They can win what they win.
That's a lot. I mean,
Orlando, you can look, anywhere from 45 to 55 games with no Jayson Tatum in the Eastern Conference. You can win 45 to 55
45.
games.
They went 8. They went 8 and 2.
Anywhere from 45 to 55, you are a top 4 or 5 seed in the Eastern Conference.
Did they beat Orlando without him that game?
I don't remember. Anyway,
That game too.
yeah, that he didn't. play.
Celtics 8-2 without Tatum this season, but that's
I take. Hey,
okay, all right. 45 to 55.
two of them dudes scored 40 when he wasn't there, when he didn't play. So they got to step up.
Okay.
And there's
Still
more
a good
opportunity
team,
for
bro.
them.
They still a good team.
Now they got to
no,
run
for
different
sure.
shit.
Now they just got to.
Because the ball always finds them, right? Now they got to run different shit. So
But
Ladies and
do they
gentlemen,
coach is just good.
it is 1 o'clock, so you know what that means. We have a special guest coming home to his show. Got the puppies out. Got the dog.
Barely.
He has lost his vision, barely. Gilbert Arenas has finally entered the arena that bears his namesake. See no evil, hear no Nick.
So, brother.
Don't speak to me now. That's Mr. B, Gil. That's Mr. B.
brother.
That's Kenyon right there. That's Kenyon. You can't see Josiah right over here. Bring the stick over.
No, not to do
Right
no
there is
crimes
Swaggy.
with you, boy.
See no evil, hear no Nick. Don't speak
I'm not
to
to
me.
do
Nick.
no crimes with you, boy.
Okay, that's me. That's my shoe.
So, brother.
What's up? Josiah, Gil, how you doing?
I don't shake my hand.
My daddy told me not to talk to you.
I don't talk to you then.
Can't see nothing.
Same shit happened in D.C.
what's wrong with this boy, man? Jesus Christmas.
Gil has returned to the arena, presented by Underdog.
Lord says, thou shalt not look left.
The Lord did say that you are not allowed to look left. Here we got the smoke over here. Let me put it. Reach over in case you want to give the Knicks a little smoke going up 3-1. Other button. I know you can't see. Okay, just a moderate amount of smoke till you get your vision repaired. Get what's going down with you.
Good, good.
See no evil, hear no Nick. Don't speak to me, Nick. Is there any Nick in particular?
This nigga right here.
This nigga right here.
Nah, my name is Javaris. Nigga treated me like Javaris the other day. Little Varis.
Little Varis. Gil is back. Gil, we appreciate you pulling up the Gil's Arena presented by Underdog. Whoa, whoa. So we were talking Knicks Celtics, Gil, but first and foremost, we want you to take your victory lap. The Dallas Mavericks securing the #1 overall pick in the 2025 NBA Draft Lottery. If I recall correctly, when this whole situation went down.
Hey, man, they're not even hiding this shit no more, man. But just.
Even Gil can see it. He can't see it. Okay, what was your reaction to the Dallas Mavs securing the #1 overall pick in the 2025 NBA Draft? 1.8% chance of getting that #1 pick.
I mean, listen. You trade your asset away, and then the ticket prices go up just randomly. I mean, it was something bigger than what we was all seeing. So, the only thing that made sense was, just from history itself, that it's happened before, and when it happens, you take advantage of it. New owner, every time there's a new owner, they get rewarded, with the future, and it's business, man. There's nothing really you can take personal about it. It's business.
Negotiations.
Nobody's losing. Nobody can say, oh man,
Well, I'm sure there's a couple teams who may have had higher percentage odds of getting that #1 overall pick that might feel some type of way.
Like who?
Like the Jazz of Utah.
Oh, Jazz gonna get the #1 pick next year.
The Wizards. Your former team.
Yeah,
Untold.
Jazz is gonna be happy next year, man. They got the #1 player in the country. It's from Utah. Going to BYU. And,
I forgot about that, yeah.
But they gotta lose some more.
Just lose a little more.
They just gotta lose a little bit more, and then obviously they ticket price is gonna just randomly go up for no reason, and bang, boom. Because I think he's already put out that if they don't have the #1 pick, he's gonna stay back in the college.
So we will stamp this right now at 1:06 p.m. Pacific time, May 13th. The year our Lord 2025, Gilbert Arena is predicting that the Utah Jazz will secure the #1 overall pick in the 2026 NBA Draft. If it works out, clip it. If it doesn't, skip it. You know how it goes.
Nigga no Chicago.
Yeah, we're talking about Knicks Celtics. Knicks taking a 3-1 lead in the series. You a recent New York Knicks fan, came through with the Brunson jersey.
Bong bong.
Bong bong. Not bing bong.
Bing bong.
Bong bong.
It's just
Not outside talk.
The lingo's a little different. Different boroughs got different slang. I'm getting used to it.
Yeah, you are thorough in these boroughs. But we got to talk about an unfortunate situation that happened in the game in the fourth quarter. Jayson Tatum suffered a non-contact injury. We have that video. We'll take a look. So a little over 3 minutes to go in the game. Tatum going after a loose ball. Like I said, non-contact, fell to the ground, grabbing his leg. Tatum could not bear any weight on his right leg, needed to be helped off the court, was later seen in a wheelchair. We were watching this game on playback. We got multiple angles to review. Initially, we thought maybe ankle sprain, but just looking at the different angles in the review of it, did not necessarily feel to be what you would traditionally see with an ankle sprain. We won't speculate too much, but you guys have all played at a high level, all suffered injuries in your career. Know what these things look like. So yeah, had to be helped off the court in the middle of a 42-point game, his fifth career 40-point playoff game. Joe Mazzulla said Tatum will have an MRI today, so we're waiting to hear the results of that MRI. But after the game, Jalen Brunson began his press conference with a mention of Tatum, and later his teammate Jaylen Brown also discussed the injury.
Just want prayers out to JT, man. I just want to make that and say that first and foremost. Thoughts and prayers with him, and just praying for the best.
I think everybody's concerned, with Jayson. I'm not sure how bad it is. Didn't look great, but I think everybody is, kind of more concerned with that. Obviously, the loss is huge. And but we got to get ready for Game 5. So we'll take the night and pick our heads up tomorrow and put together a game plan to come out on our own floor to keep this series alive.
You see Jaylen Brown shaking right there. Like I said, Tatum, 42 points, 8 rebounds when he suffered that injury, left the game. Obviously, Celtics went on to lose. So without officially knowing the extent of the injury at this particular moment, what does it mean for the Celtics if Tatum suffered a long-term injury?
No, like we were just stating before Gil made his entrance. Yeah, no, it's horrible timing for one, for himself and the organization. But I don't think there's no need to panic if he's going to miss significant time. You put a championship team in place. He's a huge part of it, but like I was telling the big guys, just got to step up. Jaylen Brown has to do more next year, if it is what we're assuming it is. Yeah, everybody just have to step up. And like I was saying, you got to do your job as ownership. You got to get you a couple more pieces. Sixth man of the year got to do more. Drew Holiday is a two-time champion. His responsibility will increase. Like everybody role changes. So
good. We were on the playback last night. Saw that situation go down. Obviously, never want to see any player, but especially a player of Tatum's magnitude suffer injury like that. How do you think this will impact the Celtics in the short and the long term if it turns out to be serious?
I mean, the short term is obviously, this year's over, right? I mean, you can have hope all you want, but the chances of them, getting out of this series is 4% chance of getting out of this series.
Yeah.
Then you got the next series, and then you got a championship, and
only 13 teams will come back from down 3-1. 280 teams. And won those series.
So it's let's finish this season off right. Just everybody just go out and play. Then, this summer just try to find, there's some pieces out there that can, just help the whole team as a whole. And then, Jaylen Brown has to, be option fully one this year. Then, Porzingis is going to have to step in, or him or Derek, White have to step into option 2 for next season. But I wouldn't. You're not breaking up the team. There's no point of that. The good news of this is it's kind of like if it is the Achilles, it's the Kevin Durant injury versus everybody else's, which is just the off leg. With Achilles, it stops you from basically jumping. So the fact that he jumps off of his left leg, he's going to keep his jumping ability just like Kevin Durant did. So that's good news in a bad situation, where how he plays the game, when he rarely jumps off of his right leg. It's not going to actually impact his game any.
So Swaggy, obviously big-time Tatum fan, came through rocking a Tatum jersey, said Tatum sent you some shoes, which you've been rocking when you've made your appearances on the court recently. When you see Tatum go down like that, suffer that injury, wheelchaired off, like I said, still waiting for the MRI.
Yeah.
But
it's tough, man, because it's like, just overall, I feel like the Celtics has been waiting for this opportunity for a dynasty for like 10 years now. So, and to see everything just go up, for me, I feel like it might be over, after this year for the dynasty of the Celtics in 1 year. So you can't even call it a dynasty because everybody's getting older. You're going to lose some people, I don't feel like Horford gonna be there. Holiday getting older. Porzingis played 30-some games anyway, 40 games.
And dealing with the illness now that has hampered him a lot in this series.
I don't know. I feel like you are going to have to make some key moves or some. And for Tatum, I just don't rush back. You're young. You see. People come back from the injury just, you gotta keep the faith.
How long is that injury?
When I was doing it, probably almost like a year. Now it'll probably be 8.
So when Kevin Durant,
I think KD missed more time now. I think closer to like 500 days. I want to say he was.
it was that long?
Yeah, it's taking like a whole year.
Because he had ACL, though. He had ACL, right?
No, he
He had
had
the Achilles.
he had the right Achilles.
Didn't he tear his ACL out there?
But I think it was bubble too, so it was a little bit different because there was
Also,
there was
the bubble, so we didn't feel it.
Nope.
there was extended
a
time off
COVID.
that everybody had to deal with as well before he was.
So basically, you're talking about the rest of all of next year, and then basically the start of the 27 season.
Beginning of that, yeah.
And how old is he?
27.
27. You know what's crazy? He's 27, and you just start to realize how much basketball he's been playing in the NBA.
Yeah.
Like going to the Eastern Conference Finals every year, the finals every year, Olympics. Like he hasn't really had a chance to really, you know, some teams they lose first round, second round. You got that whole summer to prepare again. Like he's been just nonstop, just going. It's a lot of wear and tear, you know, in your body.
Now this is a time where you know, just like any break, when you got to sit down for once in your life, right? You're talking about, you know, injury like this is, you know, basketball is being taken away from you. Appreciate the journey. You know what I mean? What you've done so far, from, you know, middle school to yesterday. Like be proud of everything you've actually accomplished, right? Because we're like robots, right? We get into a rhythm, and it's just through motion. We don't remember 90% of the shit we done did in the NBA. You be looking at players like, okay. You know, if it ain't some big wow moment, it's just like, well, I dunked on this person, we went down, I blocked that. We don't remember majority of our plays, so this is a time where you really get to just look back and just be like, okay, now I know where I want to go. You know what I mean?
Gonna take him a while to get there.
Huh?
It's gonna take him a while to get there.
Yeah. First couple months.
It's gonna take him a while to get there.
Damn.
So,
The whole summer.
What have I done?
Yeah, it's shit challenging, bro. Like when you're at the
Peak.
Yeah, if you ain't never been hurt in game, like Brandon had to deal with it as a pro. I got college, best player, and go down, and so it's, like that reflection comes shit after I
Retired.
No. Reflection comes when you start seeing progress, I think, right? With that, right? Because as you are going through it, my journey, all I could think about was this, like, I ain't never had to do this, right? It's all you can think about in that moment, right? This is new. This is new for him, right? He ain't never had this kind of a situation that we know, like, that. So, having good people around you, of course, like we all know that, man. We all done been through it. Like having good people around you and try to stay as positive as possible during this process, because it's gonna consume you.
It's gonna be like,
It's definitely gonna consume you. So, but to try to get through it, like to Gil's point, like it's to get to that point, that reflection. Though, I've done a lot of good shit before now, right? To get to this point, I've put myself in an amazing situation, and he just said it the other day during his interview, like he lives a good life. So, and unfortunately, this is part of that life right now, right? But it makes you a better person, man. I believe to go through this and come out on the other side of it, it shows you a lot about yourself. So.
Well, we want to send prayers out to Jayson Tatum. We rocking with you. Obviously, we know there's been some situations throughout this season, but at the end of the day, high-level player, been great for the game, on trajectory to be face of the league, and everything you've done in Boston to this point. So I want to send prayers out to you. Wish you speedy recovery. Let's get back to this series. Like we said, Knicks now up 3-1. I think teams are 280-13 when they take a 3-1 lead. So 95% of the time, the team that's up 3-1 goes on to win the series. But let's talk about it from the other side. Media asked Jaylen Brown about being down 3-1, potentially having to come back without Tatum.
We got enough in this locker room. So I believe in my guys. We just, tonight defensively, it was terrible defensively tonight, to be frank. Just no resistance. We was just too concerned. Offense was great. Offense was fine. We made a lot of shots, but just no resistance on defense.
So, do you believe the Celtics have enough to come back from down 3-1 against the Knicks?
No. I think it's a tall task. I think it's a confident, hungry, determined team. That's about your best player.
Mr. B, you think the Celtics have a chance to come back?
Yeah, Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
Let's get it. Derek White, everybody step up. Let's go.
Ain't like they ain't been there before.
Everybody step up.
It's a good thing you're going home, though. So that you have in your favor with the game. You go home, but it's...
And you've won in the Garden already, not to look ahead too far, but...
Yeah, but you got to get one.
But
you got to get one.
You won in a Garden win.
With Jayson Tatum.
You got to get one.
Win. Last series?
No, the third. Game 3.
Yeah, this series, Gil.
The previous game before game.
Right before
But
this.
that was
Wait.
Yes.
Who won in the Garden?
The Boston.
Because they both called the Garden, right?
The Boston Celtics won in New York City.
The Garden that we received.
But you said they're going back home. I'm thinking you said they won.
Boston
their
going
Garden.
back home now.
Boston going home. I said not to look too far ahead.
What's that garden called? TD?
The TD Garden.
TD Garden, yeah.
But
Tatum played the most minutes regular season and playoffs combined in the NBA since entering the league as a rookie in 2017-18. But we'll keep this thing moving. So, Gil.
Yeah, they keep moving, man. They got no chance.
Okay,
I
well,
don't give a fuck what they're talking about.
you ain't been here, all right?
No, I'm just saying.
Came
Because
blind. Now you
I'm
can
just
sit.
saying they down 3-1, and they was going to lose that game anyway because they was losing anyway.
Yeah, they were.
Right? They wasn't playing.
Yeah.
That's the bad part. They were playing well to win. One person had, 42 points?
42-8.
And Knicks was up. And exactly what usually happens with them, they get so comfortable with shooting, not even regular threes no more. They shoot in Caitlin Clark shits now, all of them. They just chucking shit, right? And that's the problem. Every like when a bad shooter makes a shot, he wants to keep shooting. So with New York, is just stay around because you're playing old basketball. Jaylen Brown is playing old basketball. His father played that style, just not as efficient or as skilled offensively. He teaches his son that style. So they're not playing this analytic game of just chuck threes all day. He's playing regular basketball. So the fact that all they're doing, him and Mikal Bridges, is just sitting there in the fourth quarter, taking mid-ranges, taking little shots, making little layups. And when you go 0 for 8, 1 for 10, 2 for 10, and they're making buckets, they're eating up in that league. As great as Tatum was playing, they didn't break away at all.
Because they ain't make no adjustments.
So the fact that they do not realize as a group, we done missed 6, 7 in a row, y'all. Like at the end of the game, they was 1 for 7 or 1 for 8 from the three-point line. While they just hit 3 or 4, they went 1 for 8. Remember I said it. They're gonna go 0 for 10 at some point. They're gonna miss enough, and that's when New York is gonna win this game at the end. It looked that way. It looked like they were so comfortable with taking those shots. Long shots. These are long shots. I can say all right, Jaylen and Tatum, if you're shooting shots over Brunson and Hart, if you're doing side steps on them, but you're catching a switch to sidestep a 7-footer?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
What I don't even get the logic of that. Why are you sidestepping the guy who can challenge you and make your shot a little difficult? The little guy, you can sidestep, he can't do nothing with it. Just put his hands up. These guys are jumping, challenging, making a shot a little bit more difficult. So Brunson don't play that style. He's getting a switch, all right, and he's taking everybody to the basket. Same thing with Shai. They haven't realized this game yet that the two guys that are dominating in the playoffs are attacking the basket on switches. You put the slow guy on me, I'm taking him to the basket. Because once I get past the big, who's there to block my shot? They have, think about it. If Brunson got the big on him, Who's back there blocking the shot? White?
Mm-hmm.
Drew Holiday? Nope. Yeah, and that's exactly what
They
happened.
charge takers.
Same thing with Shai. I got the big out here, but when I get to the basket, it's my guy.
Right.
And, they have to adjust like Boston. Like, you are the better team. If you played the same game as them, switch, right? I got Bigfoot on me. Go by Bigfoot.
We just said
I got Bigfoot. It's not like Bigfoot is some athletic guy.
They program right now.
I know.
At this time.
They're so
I
happy.
think- and they get like.
but how are you that?
When you get, I feel like, I don't know, that shot been so easy and it's been his go. Like, he done made it his go-to because that's what they're taught to shoot threes and programmed to shoot threes. So it's an easy shot. I know I can hit this shot if I twink, step back, shoot a three. And I feel like you rely on that so much that only time you're going to go to the hole is you getting mad, I feel like. Because you forget your game. You get mad. I'm going to fuck this. I'm going to shoot this.
They not calling no fouls.
Yeah, that's the only time you're going to get mad because you're so comfortable with it. So we trying to do that step back three or shoot a three.
So we asked the chat if they still believe that the Celtics can come back from down 3-1. 18% of the chat still believes. Producer would like to let you guys know that you guys are suckers. It's over. But let's keep this moving. So last night, Gil's partner pack hit. Let's take a look at the winning pick'em entry.
Just three players, three starters on Boston shot more just three people shot more threes than New York Knicks' whole team.
They love it.
And it's crazy. You see Bridges post up.
Yeah.
White too little. Bridges, what? I told you Bridges, 6'7".
Anybody can shoot threes on that team. Just taking.
You doing fadeaways, posting up.
What's about to say about that partner pack?
Okay, let's take a look at your winning partner pack from last evening. We talked about it on the show yesterday. For those of you who are wise enough to ride with Gil and his partner pack, you could have won 4 times your bread. Jalen Brunson hit, Jayson Tatum, Derek White, and Mikal Bridges all came through with you. Gil very conservative with his underdog pick'ems, but very successful as well. Successful strategy.
Well, no, just nickel and diamond, baby. Just nickel and diamond, baby.
Time.
And sometimes when they be like 10x,
I ain't no
I be like 10x. Wait, what they know?
So
I'm not laughing.
We encourage you guys to always make your next move your best move and ride with the Gil's Arena partner packs on the Underdog app. As a reminder, if you do not have the Underdog app, go ahead and download it right now. Use promo code GIL. You get up to $1,000 in bonus cash plus a special pick'em. So let's look at Gil's picks for tonight. You have some more picks up in the Underdog partner pack, giving fans out there a chance to win some bread here in Gil's Arena. So you got Darius Garland higher 16.5 points. Benedict Mathurin higher 15.5 points and rebounds. Nikola Jokic higher 24.5 points. Aaron Gordon higher 9.5 rebounds and assists. If you roll with Gil in this partner pack, you can win nearly 5 times your bread, 4.93x. How y'all feel about Gil's picks for tonight?
I'm not rolling.
I don't know about Darius Garland and that toe.
Yeah.
Gil very confident doing drafts, doing underdog pick'ems. Underdog has a wide range of games for you to play
Aaron Gordon.
to get your bread right.
Yeah, Darius Garland that toe, I don't know, but yeah, we'll see.
Is did Mitchell? I went because it was Mitchell was questioned.
Oh,
But I should know he's gonna fucking play.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna play playoff game.
Yeah, I know. I figure he's gonna play, but if he's still hobbly,
Okay,
I think Garland.
It's a good pick. I'm just because of that. Yeah,
But that's the one. Yeah, that's the one.
That's it.
So we asked the chat if they're riding or fading with Gil's pack for this evening. 59% of the chat is riding with your partner pack.
Hey.
So go ahead and get down with it before the game starts tonight. Let's keep this thing moving. Let's get to the Western Conference playoff game from last night. After the Warriors put up a good fight in Game 3, Timberwolves closed the game strong, picked up a road win. Warriors had a chance to get a split at home and ensure that a Game 6 would take place, likely opening the door for Steph Curry's return. But then this happened. Let's look at the highlights. Golden State went with a starting lineup of Trace Jackson Davis, Draymond, Jimmy Butler, Buddy Hield, and Brandon Bajinski in this one. Warriors played well in the first half, led by Jonathan Kuminga's 16 points off the bench. So at halftime, the Warriors held a 2-point lead after Ant-Man knocked down a 30-footer, which we will see shortly. But let's take a look at Ant doing his thing out there on the court. This Timberwolves squad taking advantage of Steph Curry missing his third straight game. Julius Randle been balling as well, getting some motivation from his kids. Told him don't embarrass them on national TV. Ant-Man getting it going as well. Let's take a look. Late in the second quarter, Ant started to heat up. Warriors up 5, final moments. Ant over 2 defenders, including Draymond Green, knocking down that 3. So in the third quarter, Minnesota took over, outscoring the Warriors 39-17. Anthony Edwards alone had 16 in the quarter. He was 6 for 8 overall and 3 for 5 from deep in that frame. For the game, Edwards dropped 30 points, made 6 threes in this game. Said Steph has been an inspiration for him since working out with him last summer. Encouraged him to shoot more threes. Edwards now has 13 30-point games in the playoffs. All other players in Timberwolves history have 15 such games. So one of those 15 games is Julius Randle, who led the team in scoring with 31 points last night. Randle was 11 for 21 from the field, including 4 for 8 from 3. On the Warriors side, Kuminga led the team in scoring off the bench with 23 points. Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green were the second and third leading scorers with 14 points each. But back to the Wolves' dynamic duo. They put up 61 points in this game between Ant-Man, Julius Randle. Timberwolves take a 3-1 lead in this series. So how dangerous is the Ant-Man, Julius Randle duo right now? They're playing at a very high level. Randle had a triple-double last game and had the 36-piece. They come with 31-30 in this one.
You just said the duo, right? Not the team?
Yeah, duo.
Okay, the duo is playing very good. It's like,
You heard what I said, sir.
yeah, I'm just making sure you said duo. Okay, so yeah, them two is playing, very well. I think the playoffs is kind of actually helped Julius.
Yes.
Because it's a half-court game now, so you have to go through him, when they're loading up. So he gets to be a part of this offense versus during regular season and the game is up and down, they shooting before, he even gets in position. So, the fact that the game is slowed down and some of those guys that usually just chuck shots those shots are not there anymore, he gets to be a part of this offense, and those two is holding down the fort.
That whole team playing well, Gil. Jalen Daniels been playing well. He having a good playoffs, too.
Playoffs
Like a whole playoff from the Lakers to...
but we're talking about this. We're talking about this series right now, right?
Whole playoffs mean...
It hasn't looked great, but Wolves are 4-1 on the road in this postseason.
Shot 4 for 8 yesterday. Mm-hmm. He ain't supposed to average 20. Go do his job. Hit his corner threes when he's supposed to and play defense.
Okay, I don't get what you're talking about.
Playing okay as a team.
They playing.
I said Minnesota, they're playing okay as a team.
Okay.
But they're
No, Steph.
So they're playing okay.
Let's
Let's just be real. If Steph goes down in game 1,
game.
we expect the Warriors to get smacked in these games.
Yeah.
Warriors have been competitive by and large for the most part, minus a 25-point or 24-point blowout win in game 2, but
just a different series when Steph's not on the court.
Oh, yeah.
I think it took a lot.
hard to watch, I'm going to be honest.
Oh. And now
It's not fun. Where's Steph? I got to watch all these other dudes. Shout out Kuminga, get your bread right, sir. But
Yeah, shout out Kuminga. Jeez.
Yeah.
He's
I got to watch him still playing with Kuminga's emotions.
Now you need
Getting my bag one way or the other.
I hate coaches like that. Now you need me. You
Ain't nothing you
play
can
me
do.
all these minutes.
You out there.
All you can do is just keep playing.
Where's all that? Put fucking all these people in, Ross in front of me, all this shit. But now you
Put in
need
the
me to
post.
score.
Yeah.
No, I don't need you to score. We know we lost. Just unfortunately, I got to do it. The fact that he's not starting, the fact that you have a starting lineup of Draymond Green, right?
Yep.
I don't know what 20 points you're gonna get out of him, like just on a consistent night because that's not his game. And then Davis,
Trace Jackson Davis.
Like I'm just trying to figure out what does he start for at this moment in time? Just to is he like a family friend? Like is he like does he have one of your kids hostage? Why is he starting? It's like he tips the ball. As soon as he tips it in, they already push the sub button, and then once there's a dead ball, he's coming out. That's how they're playing him. So he's not really going to be effective to the offense. And then Brzezinski, you can see he's not ready for playoff basketball yet. So you got 3 people in your starting lineup. That's really non-existent. Then you have Jimmy Butler that you don't have anybody for him to really pass the ball to at this moment in time.
Well, he passing. He only took 7 shots.
I know,
he passing that motherfucker. Trust me.
At this point, he's just passing it.
Yeah, he definitely getting off of it.
And then Buddy Hield, he don't really put the ball on the what's the name?
He better not.
Right? So it's like, just everybody just stay home. What the fuck are we leaving for? What are we doing here?
Yo, it's like they told him this as soon as Buddy dribble, pressure.
Yep.
Boy, listen.
So the only, the only chance you do have is playing Kuminga in the starting lineup with Jimmy Butler. Because now he can possibly be the option 1 and let Jimmy do what he's doing. But the fact that you're going to waste 5, 6, 7 minutes with the lineup that you have in, that's the fucking point.
And every time Kuminga do something, he just smiling and laughing. Like,
About to be fired. Oh, that black motherfucker out there.
Ball. Yeah, what, 30?
Jimmy, stop passing him the ball.
30 off the bench. 30
off.
Then follow that up with 23. Listen, hey,
He been averaging.
he gonna do it again. Listen, hey.
Let's talk a little bit more Kuminga. So after being relegated to the doghouse the last month, embraced his opportunity with Steph on the bench. In his last 3 games, Kuminga's averaging 24 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, shooting 60% from the field, 44% from 3, nearly 31 minutes per game. So I think we can all agree the Warriors look funny in the light trying to play those games with that many.
I'm trying to figure out why he averaging 2 assists.
You know what I think makes him look. What makes him look bad a little bit is for as athletic as he is, he don't rebound. Like I think he need to consciously just make it a conscious decision. Just rebound. So because I mean, there's not many people that's more athletic than you on other team, but if you can get 10 easy rebounds, you're gonna have a double-double. That's what makes you look a lot better.
Yeah.
He's on the ball a lot.
I know.
He
got to challenge that shot goal. Just
He is.
Okay.
I know it sounds good, but
it sounds excellent.
I know.
Trust me. People thought I should. Yeah, Kenyon only average 6 rebounds. Yep.
But being
6.5. Yeah, I average. Yeah.
But being 6'10", you got 23, 1 and 0. Like,
hey,
you know what I mean?
Hey, I'm on the ball, Jay. I'm contesting shots.
I'm guarding.
Hey, I'm contesting. I'm keep going. That's his thing. Yeah. Hey, contesting, keep going. That's Kuminga. Hey, you see that 0 running that way? He like, hey, shit.
So then, but they ain't gonna throw it.
I'm about to say, ain't nobody down there.
Oh, he gonna go post up though. You gonna throw it to him? He gonna go on me. He throw that bitch down here. Like he trying to get his man at all costs.
So who deserves the most blame for how this Kuminga situation was handled?
Everybody.
Kuminga.
You think it's a front office thing, or you think you blame Kuminga? He young, Gil.
You have an agent,
Okay.
right? And you and your agent
Nah, that's Steve Kerr.
got this money. No, we offered you money.
Yeah, they offered him.
What are you talking about? I offered you $134 million.
Well, I'm playing at a level where I think I deserve more, sir.
Okay, so you think you deserve more. And what happened?
Okay.
Right?
We're supposed to be.
But I'm giving you 100. This is what we feel about you, 130.
Well, I
you
don't
and your
want
agent
that.
decided to do it.
I don't want that.
And we just, okay.
So what happens now?
From there, we just.
I go get 150.
So Kuminga restricted.
And then you go get
150.
Huh?
No, the work was already done. He's just proving the point now. People already knew what he can do. He's just proving the point now.
And there was some talk about other teams like the Sixers, other teams around the league being interested in trying to secure his services. But do you feel like Kuminga's done enough in these past 3 games to show that he still deserves the bag? Restricted free agent, so he can sign an offer sheet with another team. Warriors would have the option to match it.
For his sake.
He playing, he doing.
For his sake. He hope fuck that. He needs to go out and have 40. If he can have 40 and win the game with his performance, then yeah, he sealed it.
So
but at the end of the day,
win the game, we'll just have 40.
40 and if you 40 and win the game and you did something that, Jimmy didn't do for you, unless Jimmy played well too. But the fact that you're coming off the bench and you've been in this situation, nobody thought you'd play this well. But if you're going out there and you have 40, 35 and y'all win and take it to the next.
Well, he just had 30.
That's what I said. It makes you look a lot better because what's going to happen in free agency is as much as I would love to offer you a deal, you can match him. So why am I going to waste my damn time if I know you're going to match him? So I need you to do something that pushes the number up to the point I know you're not going to match him.
Well, no, you can offer me that. It's off top. You ain't got to worry about them.
Huh?
Yeah.
You can offer me 170.
Yeah, but I want to see if you're worth it.
But if you
But
don't
but
want- if
you
you
know that's how
don't
to
if you don't want them to match it, right? If you really like my talent,
Yeah. Oh, you mean the other team?
other team.
Yeah, that's what I'm
If
saying.
you really like my talent, then offer me a number that you don't think that they gon'.
You know, that's not how it works. I don't want to,
but
nobody want to
I-
overpay.
But why would they match it?
But they do it all the time.
That's how I want them.
What you mean they don't want to overpay? They do it all the time.
No, I'm saying they do.
You think they won't?
I tried to give you 134.
That don't mean you.
They ain't
That
enough.
don't mean you want
mean-
them.
yeah, you
That's
want-
like
I want 150.
if I want that, yeah, like.
I offered you $134 million. I want you.
And I'm looking at other guys.
And you got to remember, you got to think about what he averaged.
They were 16, right? Wasn't
Yeah, but what did the young boys in Houston average?
I think what Jalen Green was.
What did they sign for?
Two different deals, but Jalen Green averaged, I want to say 21 this season. I think Şengün averaged like 19.
150, 160,
Yeah.
something.
So Jalen Green's contract, give me a second.
And then same thing with
With Şengün. They signed different deals, but
because they signed what?
Jalen Green signed 3-year 106.
I want to.
That gives him more flexibility down the road to get more bread. And then Şengün, I think, did a more traditional one.
4 years, 130.
I think Şengün, 5-year 185. So he signed the full
And then,
rookie extension.
and then Mobley, because I know he's part of that.
He just got
same-
220.
So he signed the max that he.
Yeah, Mobley got 220.
Okay. So yeah, so I one.
Yeah, he turned.
And I think he gets the four. No, so now tops out at 269 because he got the defensive player of the year.
All right, so
Got
you
a
got.
kicker.
That's what I'm saying. So they offer you 134 and you haven't really started or did anything. I mean, that's a lot of.
You take that.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at my numbers and I'm comparing to them guys.
Right.
They not.
And Clay.
I'm coming off averaging 16, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm expecting a bigger role, right?
Yeah. See, that's yeah.
See, I'm expecting so the 134 is that, right? You offer me that based on my performance up to that point, and what you think I'm going to be doing, right? So I'm looking at the field. If I'm Jonathan Kuminga and his people, I'm looking at the field, at what the field is doing and what the field is getting, and I'm comparing his trajectory where we expected him to be. And at this particular point, we didn't think it was 134 million.
Yeah, but that's the problem because the field is getting paid off the numbers they're having right now. So Jalen Green, 22, 2 years ago when he signed is a 22 then 21.
It was last summer.
Yeah, but the summer
they
before
offered
that,
him-
he averaged 22, and then that last year when he signed, he averaged 21.
He averaged 22 on that bad team.
Yeah.
So
you coming off 16, now you're saying, okay, 16 is what you offer me. If I average 18,
but on this team though.
but as if I average 18, then I'm worth this. But that's the problem.
So therefore, I'm glad you said it, right? If I average 18, then I'm worth this. So therefore, I just came off averaging 16 with the minutes that I was given. No Clay now. Steph number one, I'm expecting a bigger role offensively. So my 18, I'm cool with going into free agency now and averaging my 18. Then like you've been pointing out, then that's when the bullshit starts.
Yep.
That's when the game starts because you don't want him to average at 18, so you don't have to pay him what we think he's going to get, which is 150 and above. So.
That's fucked
Hey, you
up.
playing? Hey,
I say this.
Play some
And
good
Jordan
games.
Poole was going
Like
to.
you playing, like
Play
I
some
look
good
at it
games.
like this. I have 134 million in my hand. What am I asking for? How many?
I think it was like 25 more, something like that.
25 more.
That ain't
So basically,
he tripping.
I lost 134 million dollars chasing 25 more.
Who did? He ain't lost nothing.
Right. He bought
He
the
ain't never have it.
He ain't
We were
gonna
talking
Yeah, I did have
hypothetically.
it.
No,
They
they
offered
sign it.
No, what I'm saying is, if you offer me, I have it. You offered me.
But it don't.
But if he gets
that
that
ain't what,
this
that ain't what
summer,
I feel I'm worth though, Gil.
Then that point is moot.
No, I mean, as of right now, it's a loss.
So I put myself in that situation. So Jersey offered me 66,
Uh-huh.
right? I thought I was worth at least 80. $14 million. At least 80. I said bump it, right? I'm gonna play the year out. I played the year out.
But they didn't.
I bet it on myself, right?
But-
He betting on himself.
But you was a starter. and a key player to the team.
But still betting on he's a key player. He was going into it. He was till they started playing the bullshit game because he didn't sign it.
Yeah, I mean, he would have been a bigger piece because
so he was. The plan was. We all knew what the plan was, man. We all been watching this shit. The kid is rising in his league, so the plan was that. If he would have signed it, like you said, if he would have signed it, then the plan would have never been interrupted.
Yep.
Because he didn't. Now they pivot.
Yep.
Oh, we can't do this now. Like we were planning on him to be our number 2 with Steph, but so for me, like you said, for mine, they didn't. The Nets didn't have a choice with me because we just come off of finals, this, that, and the third. So you gotta.
I can't bring you and make you a 6-man.
Yeah, now you know what I'm saying. It's fucking crazy at this point. So the next summer, like I went into it and thinking that they were gonna offer me a contract, the Nets that is, and they never did. So now I hit the free agent. Now that it turns into the games, either you can. I'm leaving, right? So now it's a sign and trade, right? You can get something back for him, or because we're gonna put this number to a point to where you can't match it, and that's what they did. To where but for a team to do that for him, that's like to put that number to your point, to put the number at a point to where a team ain't gonna even consider. Well, I'm saying the Warriors won't even consider matching it.
And like if you, I mean, the smart thing to do if you want him, right? If you have the cap space, just front load the first year, right? Because of the contracts they have, they can't afford some inflated, first year from his contract. Because usually it starts off small to big. If you reverse it, right, and you say you got your first year you make 17, the last year you make 40. Put the 40 first. And now they're like, yeah, I can't. Even if it's still 134, but he makes $40 million the first year. Warriors can't match that, right? If you want him. Other than that, they're just gonna let him go get it, then sign him back.
But don't that fucks up?
You think he'll get offered 150 or somewhere?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think somebody in this league is going
Yeah,
to
like 150, 170.
It's gonna be a play game because I know you can match it. So I really want you, but I know they're gonna match. Golden State is gonna match a number.
You don't.
We just gotta figure out that number.
Y'all don't think y'all could use him?
Yeah.
A real honest, y'all don't think y'all could use a young athletic wing to play with?
We have the bread to offer.
Whoa.
If Bron take a pick.
Whoa.
I'm just. But could you use it?
It's the Lakers. Bro.
Could you use it, right? If there was a way for y'all to pay him,
I think there's a few teams in this league.
Yeah. No, we can use them.
There's a few teams in this league looking at 22-year-old Jonathan Kuminga saying,
absolutely,
and we'll offer him enough bread that the Warriors cannot match it.
I believe that wholeheartedly.
Do you want to be back as a Warrior though? Can't you do anything that's like?
If they pay him, they can't stop it now.
Let's just be honest.
Like
how
I know you
want to leave, but when you're looking around, right? You've been here. You got to say 2 years from now, this is your team.
I ain't been happy here though.
I know, but it's my team.
Steve Kerr don't.
But it's my team. Steph is going to retire. Steph is going to retire at some point, and Draymond's gone at some point. Jimmy is following right behind. Then it's just me. Like I'm the number one option. It's my team. You have to build around me. Versus me, everywhere else. Unless you can't go to Suns. Because Devin Booker's young enough for it to still be his team. Right. There's really nowhere for you unless you go Milwaukee. You go to Milwaukee, Giannis leaves, then it's you. But everywhere else, them motherfuckers is young over there. And you're gonna be fighting for attention to see who's that man.
Oh, you're fighting with Porzingis. I mean,
I'm not fighting with Porzingis. That motherfucker's nobody to me. So if you're coming,
not to break off of this
he's
one.
Right now. That's today because I got rid of somebody. I got rid of Clay, so I'm trying to. This is who we was hyped on. So Clay leaving, I gotta play him.
But you gotta coach that woman.
Because I sold
starting lineup
to y'all.
Huh?
They tried to sell Podziemski to the Warriors fan base while we got rid of Clay. So they forced to keep playing him.
But he's not good. It don't matter. He's not good enough. He's not good enough to be an option one for us to be.
Option 2, 3, none of the above.
So we got to break off of this conversation real quick. We got some breaking news on the Jayson Tatum front. I think our deepest fears confirmed. Jayson Tatum underwent surgery to repair a torn right Achilles tendon. Season-ending injury. Shams broke the news a couple minutes ago. Long rehab awaiting, but as we suspected,
he already had surgery.
As we suspected, it was a torn Achilles tendon. Already
right to that ASAP.
But he's expected to make a full recovery. But there is no timetable available for his return.
So was it a rupture and not a tear?
According to Shams, he's saying torn right Achilles tendon.
Because it's a difference in it.
That rupture that goes all the way up to the calf.
Yeah, so I saw this thing earlier where
it is a rupture actually.
So the gentleman that's doing these, I guess he's a physician, and I done seen him a few times break down different injuries, and he's done the Achilles injury a few times, and the way he explained it, that's why I was. He said it looked like a rupture to him, like so. It's just how you heal. How Jayson Tatum heel dropped when he went.
Yeah.
He could it's different than a tear. It's like your calf vibrates different when it's a tear versus a rupture. So he just explained in a different way, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a rupture is you gotta and I think that's why they went and did the surgery right away, because you don't want to let that because it rolls up when it's a rupture.
God damn! Wait, it rolls up the calf.
So. I mean,
that's why I said
Achilles, but the Achilles get thicker after surgery and it becomes a stronger tendon. That's why, but it stops you from.
So we knew it was
from having that spring. That's why, football players. That's why they can still run fast and do all the same stuff, right? So he's gonna keep his speed. That's why I said, when we were talking about yesterday, it's like, it's his right. Like I remember hitting KD, just mentally.
I know you.
It's your right. It's your right. Yeah. You don't use that motherfucker that much.
Nothing you can do. It's up for 6 months.
So we knew Tatum was scheduled to have an MRI today. I think as the hours went on, obviously it's almost 5 o'clock on the East Coast. Figured that not hearing any news on how that MRI went, that it would lead to that. But wild to me that he's able to turn around and get surgery that quick. But obviously when you...
I don't know if they asked him or if they did. It's just,
He probably
because it's enemy. Just go ahead and let's do it and start this recovery process.
Okay. So obviously, with the top doctor out there available to go.
Yeah. Let's start this recovery process right now. Yeah, let's just I was the next day, right to it.
All right. So again, we wish Tatum a speedy recovery. Obviously, very saddened to hear that he ruptured his Achilles, underwent surgery today. Expected to make a full recovery, but no timetable for his return right now. But let's keep it in the Eastern Conference. So after falling down 2-0 with back-to-back home losses and injury-plagued roster down 3 players in Game 2, Cavs responded with the Game 3 win in Indiana with Donovan Mitchell dropping his second straight 40-point game. Cavs wanted to build off that momentum in Game 4 to avoid going down 3-1, but the Pacers had other plans and made light work of the East top-seeded team. Indiana destroyed the Cavs. They led 80-39 at halftime.
Damn.
41-point lead. It was the Pacers' highest-scoring half in franchise history.
Damn.
So notable moments impacting the rest of the series include Donovan Mitchell leaving the game at halftime with an ankle injury. He had missed the last 4 games of the regular season with that same injury. We'll discuss that in a moment. And Ben Mathurin getting ejected for what was ruled a punch on DeAndre Hunter. We'll also dive into that shortly. This was the Pacers' 3rd wire-to-wire win this postseason. Pacers are now up 3-1. As a reminder, teams up 3-1 have a 95% chance of winning the series, 95% series win rate in best of series all time. I believe 280-13 all time. So surprised by the Pacers dominating the Cavs in a must-win game like this. I know our Cavs fans here in the arena are still holding their heads up high.
Nope, not surprised at all. They're hurt. They're down. They're trying to do the best they can. They're just trying to do the best they can, man. Trying to stay, Indiana's doing what they're supposed to be doing. They got 7 guys in double figures and scoring every night, even when Hallie's playing bad. So, they just got a good balance over there. And I know Cleveland is down, but they're doing what they're supposed to do. Shit. You know?
Yeah, man, it ain't my fault y'all got toe injuries and wrist injuries. You know, you still got to play the game.
Who got a wrist injury?
Then
Hunter.
Hunter got the missed game 2 with the wrist. Garland had the big toe.
Yeah, but the fact that them dudes in playing game 2 was enough for me. They was gonna lose the series because of that shit. So.
Yeah, game 2 was tough. I felt bad for Mitchell. 50, up 5 or 7, 4 seconds ago.
Yeah, he got a bad ankle. He carrying the fucking front team. Shit.
But they called some shit too for Heinsberg. They called fouls, offensive rebounds, elbow. That's a flagrant call. Like little things just keep happening.
I think sometimes teams get comfortable with their roles during the regular season and how they play, and then think that's actually how the game is played in the playoffs. And don't realize the playoffs is star players, one-on-one players, because they have the advantage over a scheme, right? During regular season, we play Monday, right? We flew in Sunday, 3 o'clock, right? And then, we talked about you, but we didn't talk about you. Then we play, and then we got a game Tuesday. So we go from LA to the Golden State. We have a little shoot-around meeting, 15 minutes to go over some shit. We didn't do nothing for you. We don't have no real scouting report on you. Then we have a day off, and then we fly to Sacramento. Then we have that, and then we go to Phoenix, right? We didn't scout. There's no real scouting report. We're playing off of our principles, right? We're going to switch on all shooters. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do. That's the game plan during the regular season. When the playoffs come, I know everything you do. Right? We're playing 7 possible games. I know if you like the hezzy going left, if that's your favorite move. So basically, I'm cutting off everything you like to do. Right? That means the elite, knowing they're going to play this series without their favorite move. And they got to try to get to the second move as much as possible. Well, the other guys, they only have one move. And that's, I got to wait in the corner, take some shots, and come off and dribble, and it's going to swing, I get this shot. Nah, that's not how the playoffs is. You're not going to have consistent shots in a playoff. There's no consistent, we're going to switch, I'm going to come, and that's, I'm going to come and I'm going to pass. You're going to get 4 or 5 shots that way. No, that game plan changes every game, every quarter. So you might have to do something else that you're not used to doing. And guys, these teams that play this team basketball, you're losing to guys who in the last 5 minutes, they're shooting every shot and they're creating every shot. And now you got guys who usually get this ball in the regular season, they checking because that's what they did, because we a team taking majority of the shots, and that's why you're losing. You're losing to teams that got a lot of one-on-one players, right? But, with Donovan, he has the advantage because that's what he does, but he just didn't have his cast with him. Yeah. That helps him. And that's the only problem with Indiana, right? Indiana, you play team basketball. That's going to be your downfall. You're playing team basketball, and you're going to get killed by a guy. Because New York, it's Brunson, and we're going to fall into play trying to figure out how to get Brunson involved, right? That's how Golden State was. It's Steph, and then we're going to figure out how to do that. Indiana, you don't have the go-to guy who just does it. You got Siakam, but he's really limited in this game. Like, he's really limited. Like,
To Gil's point, I was 3 for 23 in the finals game.
Keep shooting that thing.
No, the best player's supposed to shoot the ball, right? Mm-hmm. The next one going in.
Yeah.
Next, I think I made my first 2 or my first 3.
Yeah, they're gonna switch it up. Oh shit, he made 3. All right, let's do it this way. At the same time, you go into a game plan like, all right, listen, no double, everybody stay home. Motherfucker hit 3 easy ones. You be like, hey, you know what? Hey, double. Mm-hmm. Right now, if he think it was gonna be a one-on-one match, now he doubling. Somebody's getting shots that they're not used to. Now this man is. Mm-hmm. Like that series, that game plan changes game for game, and if you're gonna miss a whole bunch of pieces, Cavs, your second best player and your floor general's out. Your defensive player, right, of the year, and probably your big man that you go with is out. Then you got 18 points coming off the bench. You got about, 50 points not playing, and you think your role players are going to make up that? No, that's not how the game is played. Right? Like if Brunson's on the bench, right? Mikal is going to try to do his thing, but he's not Brunson. Right? Mm-hmm. He's not a Brunson. He's not going to do what Brunson do. He's going to play his part and try to, turn it up a notch, but it's still not the same impact.
Yeah. Hey.
Guys draw so much attention, man. Mm-hmm. Like, you have to adjust and adapt because primary scorers are so aggressive, especially at this time of year. Mm-hmm. It's about getting in the penalty. It's the elite scorers, the guys that's not settling for these fucking threes, the guys that's putting the ball in the basket at every level. It's a concentrated effort on their behalf to put the team in compromising situations where you have to double team me now because I got it going. Mm-hmm. Right? Now you have to adjust your game plan to me. Now my other guys are getting the easy buckets, easy cut, back door. Now it's that element of it. And when you're able to have multiple guys like that, needless to say, it makes it that much easier.
So let's talk.
Is everybody healthy? That's the thing is, if everybody's healthy, if they're all actually healthy, then I wouldn't count Cleveland out because you do have you have a guy who knows how to score 70.
Well, I'm glad you asked that, Gil.
You got a 70 guy. You got a guy who got 60. You got the guy that you need, and you got a cast that knows how to play with him. But if his cast ain't doing it, they're just doubling him they're just gonna wear him down to the fourth quarter where he's doing dumb shit and making turnovers when he don't supposed to.
Well, glad you asked that, Gil. So Donovan Mitchell missed the last 4 games of regular season with a left ankle injury, missed the second half of the Game 4 blowout as he nursed that same ankle. So we got some video of that. You see him, this is halftime, he's going out to test it. You see he kind of just falls over, did not return to the game. ESPN's Brian Windhorst reported that Mitchell has been dealing with this issue throughout the playoffs, been managing it well enough that the Cavs have not been including it on the injury report. Should be noted that as Mitchell was leaving the game after Game 4, leaving the arena, he told Cleveland.com, "I will be good. I will see you Tuesday." So Mitchell was feeling confident about playing. So how worried should Cavs fans be about Donovan Mitchell's ankle injury? You think he's going to tough it out and just play through it?
The score made it. You know what?
We good.
Yeah.
The score was like, I
down
see y'all
41. We get it back.
Because the shit he gotta do to
get
try
back
to get
in
it
it?
back, that put too much on you.
I'm already, man, no. Yeah, please.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. He's
Down 40 at half.
They're gonna win. I think they're gonna win this game.
You think they will win?
Yeah, I think they're gonna win this game. Yeah.
Back at the crib. Mr.
I
see you looking confused as if you do not believe that that's going to happen.
All they're going to do is take a toward-all shot and go balls to the walls. He going to have about 35, 40.
Because if he been dealing with ankle injury, why he had 2 back-to-back 40-point games, and it's just
48 and 43.
Yeah, he had that same ankle injury then, right?
Is everybody else healthy though?
Yeah, I think so.
Shit, healthy enough.
Healthy enough. That's what I said. I think they get this game, and it could be a blowout. They could blow these motherfuckers out because Hallie's not even getting this Hallie's not even shooting, but he's not even getting his assists off.
Yeah, but he got 7. It's like 7 guys in different.
He's not getting his assists off.
Yeah,
though. That's the thing you got to worry about. Like if J Kidd scored 0, the nigga got 15 assists. You can't stop an assist, man, unless they're doing something where they're not leaving open people.
7 guys.
I'm making everybody play one-on-one basketball.
11, 5, and 5 in the blowout. I think he had like 4 and 5 assists in the previous game 3.
They're taking away his assists.
They're up 3-1.
They are up 3-1. All right, so let's.
He's a winner. He's a winner.
So let's go back to the.
Sorry, Cleveland.
Let's go back to the Mathurin ejection. I'm very curious to hear all of your opinions on this play. If we got that video queued up, please. So we see right here, we don't see what happened initially on the game feed, but we see DeAndre Hunter come up, push Mathurin, who has his hands to his sides. So there's about 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Mathurin hit DeAndre Hunter in the stomach.
Oh. Wait, what? What am I looking at?
Hunter killed him. We're going to see.
him in the nuts.
No, he punched him
like right in the
sternum area.
It was quick but swift.
I know Chris Paul.
Like some Kill Bill shit. Like boop, boop.
He just did it to push off?
He gave him something, and that was a little bit more intense than that. So DeAndre Hunter killed over for a second, then came back through.
Well, that's the dude who
obviously
Giannis grabbed.
frustrated enough, let his emotions get the best of him. Ended up pushing Mathurin.
Josiah, stop that.
DeAndre Hunter.
You said he let his emotions get the best of him.
Walked right
somebody
over.
punched you in
Right?
your stomach.
It
You feel
wasn't-
somebody punch you in your stomach.
It
You
wasn't
say
a
somebody
punch,
let you-
Kenyon. It wasn't a punch.
Cool. Go back.
Pillsbury Doughboy. He
Go
just
back
checking.
to it.
Yeah,
He
go
was
back
checking
to
his
it.
abs. Go back
Hit him
to
in
it.
his shit to make him hover over, so you don't.
Can we go
think
back
it,
to it?
it was
back
enough
to it.
force, whatever you
Yeah,
call
I
it,
understand.
Josiah.
I understand it.
Wait, yeah, I can't say that.
So go back.
feel like-
Doing too fast.
So listen, whatever it was, it drew him to hover over, right?
And push him. So obviously it was
Punch,
enough.
so he didn't lose his emotion, Josiah. He just responded to a situation.
But playoff game, that didn't get caught.
Right hand.
yeah, I know it's a
He
right.
got caught.
No, I'm saying, but
got
obviously
caught.
in review.
He got caught.
Initially, though.
Tap,
He
like,
got caught.
look, right here, a little tap. Boom.
See, my thing, I don't think DeAndre Hunter should have got anything because the refs didn't see it in real time.
Right.
So take it away.
Yeah, because he reacted. You didn't catch him. You didn't call nothing when he did it.
All right.
So what did they?
They didn't stop it till he pushed him. And then they went back to review it.
So
then they saw what Ben Mathurin did.
So they determined that Ben Mathurin punched Hunter in the exchange. Their words, not mine. Mathurin was given a flagrant 2, ejected from the game.
Okay.
then
And Hunter got a
gets tech.
technical.
I think Miles Turner got his tackle as well for.
Okay, now that's my problem.
Yeah.
If this move got him ejected, what happens after is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Because you're saying the move right there kicks him out of the game. That means my action after is kind of off the table. So you can't give me a technical for pushing him and then give this guy a technical for pushing. Yeah, all of that is removed now, right? You penalize the first action. The rest of the action, like right now, if I'm driving and you foul me, right? And they and then I go in there, motherfucker, take 3 steps. You can't call travel. You can't call travel, dog. You already put your hand up, or the play stopped. Now I get a free play. I get a free and one. That's a loophole.
Unless I'm out there.
Huh?
Unless I'm out
and then
there.
you're going to foul.
Unless I'm out there.
But see,
You keep going to the basket, absolutely.
and that's what the smart defenders know. If it's an and one, they already called the foul. They can't call another
They
one.
already blew it.
Can't call
I'm
two.
They can't call
I'm
two
gonna block it and eat your lunch at the same time. I'm gonna jump
and that's
into
what
you.
usually happens.
Yeah, you're gonna pay for your continuation. Right? I'm gonna jump into you, try to block it. I'm gonna hit you and the ball, or one of the two is getting absolutely.
That was a downfall of it.
Hunter doesn't deserve his tech for responding
I don't think
to the
so.
situation,
I
and
don't
then
think
Miles
so.
Turner doesn't deserve his tech for responding to
he was
Hunter responding.
Yeah, because it should stop where it, like, once you went to review and you seen this, everything stops.
Because if
He's
he
out.
would have saw it in real time, right? If he would have hit him in his stomach, then you blew the whistle.
Yep.
He would have never got the opportunity to push him.
Exactly.
That's my thing. But you didn't see it in real time, so he's defending himself.
Yep.
In that moment, he's defending himself. Whatever it was, open hand, closed hand, he hit him in the right spot.
Yeah.
That it was painful enough for that man to be like, oh, shit.
It didn't look like much on the reviews,
Yeah.
but as you know, you can
Might know he
Especially
hanging
if you're
out.
not paying attention, too.
He hanging out with James Johnson, his teammate. He over there teaching him that motherfucking jiu-jitsu and shit. He didn't hit that man his goddamn solo and
You know how to kick.
so watching the UFC, right? Dudes get kicked to the front like this, Josiah, sometime, right? I didn't see dudes get front kicked.
Yeah.
Right here, where he poked him
Man, no, get off the phone, man. We got in trouble last time. Around the same time. Stop. You don't learn your fucking.
Well, you got a deaf wish.
Off the phone, bro. Focus. Fucking focus.
Yeah, so need to get kicked right here front.
Yeah.
And end the fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Like and end it.
Yeah.
Like fight over. So whatever that hit him right here, he wasn't expecting it neither.
Right.
You just standing there chilling. You know, normally when you're expecting somebody to do something, you kind of tense up a little bit.
Yeah.
His muscles were loose. Whatever it was, he wasn't
for sure.
expecting that.
Yeah.
He looking off and you get power, whatever it is. Motherfucker. Like,
That pie man.
yeah, it's that
Like you're bored with that shit. Shout out Kill Bill. But let's one last topic.
stupid
Swaggy,
shit.
okay, you back again? Don't never learn. Okay, we got to work here.
My daddy told me not to talk to you. Because you the hard-headed kid in class, man.
See,
you just come here. You just come here. I gotta live here. I gotta live here.
I don't want to talk to you anymore. It's been happening.
Y'all done frisking for his phone, man. God damn.
This shit been happening for years.
From him.
This shit happened at the Warriors. You get me in trouble. Always getting the motherfucker in trouble.
You getting yourself in
And
trouble.
you back out the shit. Nah. I ain't gonna beat Javaris in this.
Nah, put the phone in the pocket. This is around the same time. All right? You calling your side chick. He calling his side chick. You calling the side chick.
That is not what's going on. That is not what's going on.
That is not what's going on.
That's not what's going on.
Telling, yes.
Don't do that, man, like that.
You got to put your phone away now.
Swaggy, we got one last thing to talk about, then we will let you go about your day.
You gotta wrap this shit up.
So Cavs team owner Dan Gilbert decided to take to Twitter to remind Cavs fans of a significant 3-1 comeback in team history. This is from his official Twitter account. He said, "Hey, Cavs fans, yes, it was an ugly one, but we've been here before. Time to get 3 in a row, 2 of them coming at home. Let's start with Game 5 on Tuesday. #BelieveLand." Darius Garland shared those same sentiments after Game 4, saying, "This franchise has been down 3-1 before. This group can do it. We got the talent. We got the skill set. The camaraderie is always there. Just play our brand of basketball."
Cleveland.
This isn't for you.
Number 23 ain't number 11. I don't play that no more.
Yeah.
What? Should
0.
5%.
5%. So should
unless you're bringing in some Cleveland-born refs.
And LeBron James.
Unless you travel with
LeBron and Kyrie ain't
LeBron and Kyrie ain't walking in that door, killer.
Nah.
The Cavs have not made a sacrifice.
I'm telling you that. Listen,
Lightning didn't already struck once this week.
Trade Evan Mobley to the Lakers, and that might have
1%
been
chance
possible.
that they will get the pick. Lightning already struck once.
because I don't know if you've seen Dallas War Room, but you can see that it. Y'all ready? All right. Ready. 5, 4. Okay, ready. 3. All right. Go. With the 10th pick. From 10 to 9, they practicing. All right, ready? Yeah. You throw that chair. You spill over the water. I'm going to do a 360.
Because who's recording? I'm a terrible angle, wasn't it? Like a motherfucker down with their phone like this.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Trying to clown Nico.
It's just funny as hell, man. Ready, set, go. Reaction. Yeah. Pre-recorded like a motherfucker, man. Just like I have my video pre-recorded.
Yeah, you did drop a lovely skit last night clowning the draft. Mm-hmm. But apparently, no shenanigans.
I just
Mavs just happened to get the number 1 overall pick.
Cut out. Yeah.
Oh, you were prepared. Like the Boy Scouts.
Chat. Hey, man. Chat GPT.
Whatever.
GPT.
Him.
Smart, man.
Okay.
They told me 7 a.m. Listen, I'm not going to lie to you.
I will confirm or deny.
Hold on, let me.
You searching that too, Gil? Slow down.
Nigga, it's 2:11.
Huh? Okay, hold on.
Supposed to be out here at 2.
What's the? So
I don't get paid.
I'm waiting for my Monday assignments.
The skits.
Do NBA lottery draft.
Prompt, do draft picks even matter anymore? Is it all about who gets traded where? Skits, if Gilbert Arenas was a GM on draft night, what every lottery team says versus what they really mean.
So the idea came like, oh shit, draft.
You can hear shit from, you could have hollered at Chad J.O.E. for that, dog.
No, I mean, Chad, what?
You know,
No. What I'm saying is, so when the idea came, I was like, oh, I can do a funny skit because I already know this bullshit about to happen.
Chat GPT or host J.O.E., either or. But let's move on to MostlyFans.
Man, fuck you, man.
We still ain't there, OnlyFans.
MostlyFans, Swaggy.
MostlyFans.
See, I told you that he was on some bullshit.
If times get tough enough, we may have to resort to OnlyFans, but for now, it's MostlyFans.
I thought you were a changed man.
Presented by Underdog. Download the Underdog app. Use promo code GIL up to $1,000 in bonus cash, plus a special pickle. We've got one video question from Underdog user, Big Tone, never wrong.
I guess Big Tone, what's on?
What up, Gills Arena? Question I got for y'all today is, if you was in your prime playing right now, what do you think your averages would be? Love the show. Peace. Look at the view.
Lovely view, Big Tone, out in the woods with some waffle fries. So if you were in your prime in the league today, what would your averages be?
I had 30.
30?
Shit, you average that?
I know, but I'll average more assists though, because I have more shooters with me.
You would pass the ball more.
Liar, pants on fire.
Yeah, I mean the triangle, but I get the same offense still, right?
Damn,
Yeah.
Same offense, so I'm being a triangle with more shooters. So, you know, a basic pass, now you can cut, dive. That might be open right there.
Gil said he would be a passer.
No, I said I'll average more
assists. That means you would pass more.
So, no. I
Still
still have to make the same amount of passes.
Okay.
It's
All
just,
right.
They just shoot it when
Just
you
better,
they
better
just get
people.
to shoot it.
Right, they just shoot it as soon as they can.
So I'll probably go for like 37.
Instead of throwing it back to him.
You know, like instead of 5, I'll probably average like 7.
Swaggy, how much would you average if you were in your prime?
42.
42.
Minutes? Yeah, they probably pay you a lot now.
Swaggy, a family man, has things he needs to do. Mr. B, how many would you average in your prime playing in the league today?
Probably 22, 23.
Okay. Reasonable.
Say about that, yeah, shoot more. Yeah, it'd be more threes. So.
You would be a...
No, I wouldn't be a three-point shooter, but I would shoot more. 1 year in Denver, I shot 77 of them bitches 1 year in Denver.
Was it?
Huh? 1 year in Denver? I shot 77 threes 1 year.
That wasn't a big...
I made a conscious effort to shoot them.
Yeah,
that was a lot then.
That's
I made a conscious effort. I was going through needs. I was like, you know what? Here we go.
Here goes
Hey, hold this motherfucker.
All right, well.
Yeah, I made it. Yes.
Swaggy, we know you have things to do.
What about you?
Swaggy, as you know, merely host.
At UCLA, how much you average right
Not
now?
enough. I was concentrated on lifting the team GPS, keeping the other players out of trouble, trying to cling on to somebody.
I have a few triple doubles too.
Elite hangout guy.
I had one as a rookie, and it would have kept going.
Right, you say you want to go home,
I was
but
a
now
better
you're asking
offensive
more
player than
questions.
Draymond.
Huh?
Do everything Draymond did when I was a better offensive player than Draymond. So in the offense we was running, shit like that, I would have had a few. I would have had a few more.
Because the 4-man was the most important. I mean, in that offense, the smartest person really has to be the 4.
Yeah, you didn't, and then you made
Because the ball
decisions
comes
on
through
the
you
fly.
every play.
Yeah, so then we would have eliminated. So the thing about it, the way this game is, I would have been playing a lot of 5 at the time, and I would have been. Yes, I would have been that. Yes, it would have been all that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause NJ Kidd had me thinking I was magic out there too, so I'm trying shit. Hey, I really was out there motherfucker trying. I'm spinning that bit, then it cut back door. I'm putting unnecessary English on it. All I gotta do is make a regular bounce pass. I'm spinning that bitch, it's going out of bounds.
On that note, good place to wrap up.
Wait, hey, Suge, you know the Cavs is playing right now.
The game is not started
Put
yet.
your hand out.
No, they play. They play while everybody's at work, right? They put the Cavs on when everybody's at work.
At 4 o'clock.
Yeah, it's
4
like
o'clock NBA TV.
Yeah, it's on Max.
NBA TV.
It's on Max.
What is Max?
Huh?
But on that note,
HBO Max says they don't do it no more.
appreciate everybody on this.
You got to know a friend that still got Max.
Appreciate everybody in the chat.
Hey, share your code with me.
Appreciate all the good fine folks at Underdog for keeping us employed. This has been another episode of Gills Arena presented by Underdog. Whoa, whoa! We will see y'all tomorrow.